Because not only, I have two overall themes for today. I told him, and the next one is Dear Hater I Won. So let me tell you what happened with this venue right before. Like, the show was almost gonna get canceled again. And by the way, if it had gotten canceled again after the first time it got quote unquote canceled, y'all would have been like, all right, man, Atkins is trapped. All of the people who watch me, and I hope it was just all supporters who are tuning in, but people hate watch us, right? People from these other communities or people who want to build narratives, they watch us too, and they're hating. They called this venue and sent YouTube links of, hey, listen, Ak is beefing with Freddie Gibbs and he's gonna be there. Hey, if y'all have this event, we're bringing a bomb. Hey, listen, can everybody, there's 20 emails from 20 different people saying, hey, can I bring my gun in the venue? The owner called me, Spook, whoa, we're finna cancel this shit. Whoa, this sounds crazy. I spoke to this woman for about 2 to 3 hours trying to get her to understand. It's the fucking haters. It's the fucking haters, because at first when they couldn't revel in the, oh, it's canceled because he canceled tickets lie, they wanted, oh, okay, he just can't do an event, period. Which is so ironic, because if you think I can't do an event, why would you try to get the venue to cancel it from threat of violence? You know what I mean? Just let me do it. Anyway, the woman who I could now say her name, actually I won't say her name, I want to protect her. But I want to give her a lot of credit, because she said, you know what? I'm going to take a chance. She loved the story that I told her about where we came from, how we built, just an audience organically through the internet. And this was our first show. And she said, I would love to be a part of history. I want your first show to be here. And there it was. This was 2 days before the event. She was trying to cancel it 2 days. The event went on last night without a hitch. No fights, no arguments. By the way, I think the official capacity, and I think I could say now, the fire marshal's supposed to shut it down above anything over 180. There was damn near 300 plus people up in the building. Fit people different places. Thank you to those who came out. So I'm very ecstatic and I'm very proud of y'all. So I want to just clap it up for everybody in the chat. Spam them scorpions around. Very happy at the turnout. Very happy at meeting some people flew in from Canada. Some people Suits, even my man Southside Chief, he flew in from Minnesota. So many people actually came a long way, but also there was a lot of people who locally represented as well. So appreciate all of you guys. I think you guys, allowed us to send an outstanding and resounding message that, our audience is real. It's not just this online community we could mobilize. So I'm super happy about that. Hopefully the hating will stop a little bit, but it probably won't. You know what I mean? Again, the most frustrating part is just people trying to get the event not going on. But hey, to each his own. Okay? To each his own. The next city, and yes, we are not stopping. We are not stopping. I'm going to be doing an event about every 3 or 4 months. You guys are going to pick the next city that we're going to be coming to next, and I'm very excited about that. Yeah. Okay, so I'll give you the breakdown of the whole event. We didn't work with a company on this. This was just me, my assistant, Leaf, really just us. And setting this whole thing up. And by the way, salute to my man, I'm Devin too. He did graphics that were kind of in the building. And actually also Verselli too, because he definitely had some of his artwork there too, which was great. Yeah, so we didn't have a company to deal with all this, so we have to deal with all the headaches, and it was pretty good. I'm gonna be honest with you. Was I nervous? I was overwhelmed at first, super overwhelmed, and I knew I needed to chill out. Took a couple shots of Henny. There's a lot of people who showed up, and a lot of people who I knew personally too that came to support. But when I took the stage, it felt therapeutic. I could tell you this now because I think I was a little bit too pussy to tell you before. A big part of me doing this was me trying to put my foot in the water for stand-up comedy. And if you guys were there at the event, even though there was couches and shit, I wanted to try to do like 5-10 minutes to see, you know what I mean? I just love stand-up. And I think I did decent. Again, if you were there, you probably have to tell me how that felt. But of course, we did some podcast stuff. I talked to, thank you to Lawyer for Workers who showed up. AD obviously showed up. The chat, importantly, showed up. Fax was there. A lot of people were shocked to see, Fax had it on the mask the whole time. I was thinking, I'm like, which ops this nigga got like that? But anyway, he was in the building. I was very happy to have him. And by the way, he had a lot of people with him that Fax got like a little loyal support group. So support the Fax and salute to him. Boom, of course, was there. Wale Intern was there. Kyrie was there. And I tried to show love to mostly everyone who from the chat were there. Six Buzz showed up. Shiggy was there. I was trying to get Shiggy on stage, but apparently, he was just trying to keep it chill. There was a whole bunch of other people there. I think I'm saying his name right or wrong. You tell me. Coach Ice or Coach East. By the way, some of these people, like, for example, Coach East, like, he came specifically to support the show, which I salute to him for that. But overall, again, I learned a lot, but I was very happy. Like, one of probably my best day of the year. I hope for anybody who was there, I would love for y'all to get on Discord. Maybe y'all could give me some feedback. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was trying to hit that comedy shit, man. I really wanted to just do stand-up for like my initial plan was I'm gonna do stand-up for 30 minutes. But, of course, I wanted to keep shit moving as well. All right? Give me 1 second. This is... Okay. Who else is there? Somebody said you were to do that one $300. Yeah, I gave away like $2,000 on stage. Yo, Boom. My bad that you're not here because you should have been just sitting right next to me. Boom, if you could get on Discord or whatever, that would be dope. For anybody who did go to the show, please get on Discord or something like that. We should just start by talking it and kind of having a little bit of feedback off of that. By the way, yes, we're going to do some topics, but yesterday I just feel like was almost like collectively, and by the way, even for the people who couldn't come, there was so many people just sending me well wishes and hoping it went well, and like I could tell that you guys, like for everybody else who wasn't there, you guys wanted it to go well. That you know what I mean, because we're like a collective group, you know what I mean, and y'all don't want me to be embarrassed, and I don't want us to be embarrassed. Yo, what's up, Kyrie?
Yo, what's good, yo?
What's up with you, man?
Doing good, man.
Fax is in the building.
Good, man. It was fun, man. How you feeling?
Hey, I like it, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me compare it to something. When was the last time I was in front? I love live audiences, but I can't remember the last time I was in front of a live audience. But I'll definitely say the last time I was in front of being there last night, and I think it's because it's just the chat niggas. Clearly, it was easy to make people laugh, I think. You get what I mean? Like, people were laughing way more, so I think I was funny last night. I don't know. Yo, Verselli, thank you for the $50. Thank you. He says, I appreciate all the love at the reveal party and show. I hope you like the gift. Hold on. He said, hopefully we can help with the merch. Of course, my brother. Thank you, Verselli. Yo, so, what did y'all think of the show? You tell me.
It was fire. I like how you went on like a stand-up. You was doing a lot of stand-up there, bro. It was kind of cool.
Did you notice that I was trying to do it? Like, I wasn't trying to like make it obvious.
You know what's crazy? Like when you started, I feel like you was testing the waters. Once you seen the crowd was fucking with it,
yeah,
that was just your bag for the whole show.
Yeah,
like, that was your bag for the whole show, and you was cooking. So
yeah.
I kind of seen it.
Yeah, nah, for real, for real.
See the love though. That shit was crazy, man.
Nah, for real. Like it was super engaging. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. I felt like I was Dave Chappelle out there, nigga.
Yeah, I know. I ain't gonna lie.
that
I
shit
knew
was
you was in
lit,
your
bro.
Dave. I knew you was in your Dave Chappelle. I was like,
Hey.
this nigga think he Dave Chappelle up here, nigga.
Hey, so you know, I named it a variety show, but yesterday made me realize that, and you know, I did apologize at the end of the show to the people who came there because, you know, obviously with the cancellation, there's some special guests I was kind of lining up, and I wanted a performer as well, but that's all good. Going forward, I kind of know the format that I kind of want to do. You know what I mean? I think I should probably do like just watching from yesterday. I'm like, yo, there's a comedy section, there's a performance section. It just has to be a little bit more organized for me. You get what I mean? But I had fun.
It was
Yeah,
cool.
I agree. I feel like it just got to be more organized. But yeah, it was fun though.
Yeah. For some reason, and I guess like maybe it's just because it was a chat out there. Like, I don't know. It felt like kind of being on stream because everything I was saying, I don't know. Maybe y'all was just fucking with me too hard, or like the chat. I mean, like people that came, nigga,
Exactly like that.
I was cracking everything I was saying. Niggas was laughing. I'm like, I bet, nigga, I'm feel like a comedian out this bitch.
Yeah, once you got them, like once you did that, it was basically you could say anything, bro, and they was gonna fuck with it, bro. But it was all about how you started it, and I think you started it pretty with the stand up. You did it pretty good. So
yeah, and that's why I also didn't want to call it like a podcast, right? Like I wanted a podcast element with y'all because like we do kind of like this round table shit right here where we're all just kind of kicking it and we're kind of going back and forth about whatever topic. I love that, right? But I also, that's why I think I left the stage. I wanted y'all to just kick it. You see, that wasn't communicated too properly, and I should have let y'all know the game plan beforehand. I wanted y'all to, you know, what y'all doing in VC these days. I wanted y'all to do that about any specific topic. But I didn't want to be there to kind of overshadow it. You get what I mean?
true.
No, yeah, we hear you. The mic's gotta be right for that too. We gotta do like sound check for sure.
Yeah. Again, that venue, see, that's the thing about like us moving venues. That venue is really a theater performance center, right? So it's supposed to be seats that going down. It's not like a stage, so like it's very different in like even how the speakers are set up. They really just have a bunch of like, it's like hall speakers. It's not really like music theater speakers. You get what I mean?
Yeah, but I like that because I at least for this show is because, brother, you got to think about the shit that the niggas went through to get to this show you're already in,
Yeah.
and the fact that it was so up close and personal. I feel like if he was on the stage, yeah, you know what I mean.
That was the coolest part about it.
It felt good because it felt like everybody wanted to make it feel like home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was like we was
That's
chilling.
what I'm saying. It felt like a family event. Like, you feel me? Like,
Yeah, that shit was fire. I ain't gonna cap, bro.
Yo, I'll admit that. Yeah, that's what. Initially, when we were trying to figure out how the hell we get like, because we had to put additional seating in. I didn't realize like it basically was like it was almost like some fireside shit because it was like you pretty much surround the person on stage in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's definitely up close and personal. I really liked it. I really liked it, man. I really liked it.
That shit was
one of those
hype,
like,
dude.
performances where an artist like does like just a few records like the B-sides. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
You know what's
That shit was
funny? You know what's funny? Remember, literally like what was it, like 30 minutes before the show, we was in the studio where we at right now, or where I'm in right now. We was in the studio, and he was like, "Man, it ain't gonna be no line. It's probably gonna be like 10 niggas there waiting in line."
Yo, I
Fuck
promise
out
you.
of here.
When you
That
got
shit
there, nigga,
around the block.
was wrapped around, nigga, and he was
Around the block.
in tears, bro.
Yo, you know what's the
So
funny thing is?
Hmm.
All right, and I said this yesterday. And by the way, even though like you know we knew all the people who bought tickets, and by the way, we hit everybody up that they could have RSVP'd because they got the cancellation email and all that type of shit. So we hit them up privately to make sure they were RSVP and that if they weren't coming, we could give their seat to somebody else type shit. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. And we had a bunch of people like RSVP, but I still ain't believe that all them niggas was coming. I was telling everybody with me, I'm like, yo, whatever niggas is saying, expect 1/4 of that in terms of audience. So, nigga, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was expecting like 70, 75 people. I was gonna be like, yo, y'all all bunch up. yo, let's take, yo, grab all them niggas' phones over there. They about to take a wild picture. Take this angle, and nigga, we finna rock.
Nobody was tripping on the seats at all. Like nobody even cared. Like that didn't even come up.
Niggas just standing up. Nigga, that shit was packed.
Yo,
because it was so up close and personal.
Word. I was standing the whole time, and it was lit, bro. I did not care.
And that's when I realized, and that's when I realized. So I'm pulling up, and Boom says, I think Leaf first said it, but Boom says, "Oh yeah, there's a line," and I'm like, "What do you mean there's a line?" He's like, "Well, there's a line like around the corner." And actually, I think the line was so long because the back entrance that I was going through, the line stretched back there. You know what I mean? Which, you know, I ran to a bunch of people back there. It was really all positive vibes, man. One of the highlights definitely in my life, 100%.
Yeah,
I'm so proud.
I went out there and talked to every single one of them, bro. And they was all like, they wasn't just like act fans. They was like academics, Twitch niggas. Like they knew they knew about the takes. Like some nigga came up to me and was like, bro, I fucking hate your takes, but I love what you do. And he was like, I hate your Kanye West take, but like on some like he wasn't on some like pressing me shit. He was just like, damn, we have different opinions. So like he knew about like the Twitch shit that we do on here. You know what I mean? More so than he know about act sleeping in CLB. Like, you know what I'm saying? On some casual shit. No, they was all like that supporters, bro.
Of course. Let me tell you this. You know what I was so surprised by? And I remember looking at it because so, you know, again, I'm super nervous. I'm really thinking, I'm like, yo, man, I'm just hoping the chat niggas show up for me. So I'm going through like the list and like it has y'all names or whatever. Or like the people who bought tickets. So I have like the list of those names and I'm going through it. And I kid you not, like I'm seeing like a lot of female names, and I'm like maybe this is like a troll because I'm like we don't got like female supporters like that. And I'm gonna be honest with you,
they was there
yesterday. There was a lot of women that showed up. To be honest,
they was there.
Way more than I thought would have showed up. To keep it real, which
I was sniffing them out.
Yeah, and your whole demographic was very black. You know a lot of niggas be on, you know what I'm saying, they think we all white nerds. It was like 90% niggas there. So
listen, if I was thinking about my audience and what it would look like and what age I'm probably speaking to most frequently, yesterday was probably the best depiction of that. Like I feel like I'm talking to a younger dude or woman who's super interested in cultural topics, music topics, and I finally realized I'm like, okay, at least I'm connecting with the exact people I think I'm connecting with. Like I looked at that line and I'm like, all right, bet these are the motherfuckers who I think I be talking to. So that's good. You know how some people like it's like a gangster rapper making gangster rap, and then they go to the concert and it's all like, you know what I mean, little kids that's like, yeah, like that. But for me, yesterday I was like, okay, we connected pretty good. Somebody
you have
says
some age diversity too, though, bro.
Like I got one critique, one critique, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. As a Jamaican man, bro, you should have more Jamaican music playing, man.
No.
The DJ was Jamaican, was playing no reggae music.
Oh yeah, I didn't give him.
He was playing. He was playing.
The last was storming in there, nigga.
He was playing some island music.
That's not reggae.
He was playing reggae, but he was playing some. He was playing some Jamaican tunes. He was. I seen his playlist. He was. I ain't gonna act like
Blast is not Jamaican, bro.
Yeah.
We wasn't trying to turn this shit to carnival, nigga.
But you gotta realize, like a lot of the people that came to the show, they hip hop heads, so they don't all want to just hear reggae. They want to hear. You know.
Hey, by the way,
some drill.
By the way, honestly, so man, it was just so many moving parts, and like honestly, I was just trying to make sure this shit didn't get shut down the day of, right? Like I felt like, you know, niggas be hating so much. I felt like somebody was gonna try to do some crazy shit to get the shit canceled. So I was like, all right, I didn't even communicate with the DJ. I had everything almost written down or like wrote down in terms of how I wanted to go. But that was for the original show. When the original show got quote unquote canceled, I said, fuck, bro, we're just gonna have to wing it. So I ain't telling DJ shit. But the DJ, he be in the chat. He's in the chat. The DJ's from the chat. Like he's
I didn't even know that.
The DJ's from the chat.
I was telling him to play more reggae, but he
streams on. You know what's crazy? He streams on Twitch. He DJs for like 6 hours.
That's an in-house spot, man.
And you know, he said, he was like, before this show even happened, he was like, bro, I just, because I know Act fuck with DJs, like Act fuck with DJs. So I was like, he was like, I want to DJ for Act one day. He was like, I really want to DJ for Act. Someone called it, hit me. I was like, oh, I know a DJ, no outsource nigga. He a chat nigga. So I was like, get this nigga. Yeah, so
no, of course. Nah, he did his
fire.
thing. Nah, he definitely did his thing. He definitely did his
I ain't
thing.
gonna
So
lie.
In-house
Nobody's
DJs
gonna
is
do
different.
Nobody's
I
gonna
Nigga,
do
got one.
nothing crazy or
nigga, what?
foul. Because it was so many niggas outside who would have been ready to be like, nah, nigga, you're not about to fuck it up tonight. Not tonight.
yeah,
Oh,
That shit
gang.
was,
no,
nobody
it
was
was
going for that.
super.
Nigga. Crazy.
It was
It
super
was
peaceful
nothing but
vibes.
love there.
Super peaceful
Yo, and
vibes.
shout out
A
to
lot
the
of love.
niggas that came early
You said
and
what?
help with shit too. Like my boy Troy, who else? Enzo. That
Oh,
niggas pulled up early to help to support, you know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
oh no,
shout out
no.
to
Of
Enzo.
course, yeah. I think
I helped break down.
one of
Nigga,
the
I
things I
had
got to
picked
give
up
y'all
so much
credit for.
trash, nigga. I picked up so much trash, nigga.
Yo, for everybody who showed up, like, this is how much I knew it was just more than some shit where we're kind of like distant and y'all just see me as, okay, this is like some nigga giving us entertainment. Like, everybody felt like we threw the shit together. People wanted to help. People wanted to help shit, like, get together after we're doing cleanup and shit like that. Even the day before, we had a launch, by the way, at our new studio, and we invited, like, a bunch of VIPs, like the people who bought VIP tickets, and a bunch of niggas that we know. That's when I met Kyrie for the first time, and Wale. And even there, it was just more of a family feeling, and I think that's the most unique part of it all. You know what I mean? That felt good. That felt great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
you know what?
Yo, what y'all
I love
niggas?
that. I seen the guys, and this is straight love.
Yo,
Yo,
y'all see me
I
in
was
a
talking.
wheelchair? What was
All right,
y'all
man.
thoughts
Tell
when I
me who
first
is
seen
going to
it?
get killed, man.
Yeah, bro, I was
Okay.
surprised. I ain't
Bro,
gonna lie, bro.
facts. I was
I was
fucked up by
surprised.
that. I was like, what the
I was
fuck?
like, yo, that was fucking with me the whole time.
Yeah, I was
Ain't
like,
gonna
oh,
lie.
you really did get shot. I was like, oh
So
shit.
Yeah,
wait.
that's what I was like. He really
So
did
I
get
knew
shot.
Fax was in a wheelchair, but I knew it.
Kyrie.
Wait, did I ever tell you I knew it or no?
No, I knew you
Nah.
knew it. You never told me that you knew it, but I know that you knew it because of you know what I'm saying?
Okay, listen, I wasn't gonna ever like bring it up, but also here's my thing too. I didn't know your comfort level of popping out, and I also was thinking, I'm like, maybe he doesn't pop out because he don't want people to know, and I wasn't gonna bring that up. I was gonna be like, all right, I get it if you don't pop up, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I don't know your comfort level would even, because sometimes.
Nah, I'm super comfortable with that shit.
No,
Like,
so, yo,
I'm
facts.
super comfortable.
Facts. Salute for that, bro. That's some real
Yeah,
nigga
Real,
shit,
facts.
bro.
that's the
Salute,
realest nigga
yo.
shit, bro.
Man,
That's
shout
some
out
real
to
Gotta
my
worry
shit,
about
brother
bro.
nothing,
Fax,
nigga.
man. I know
Shout out
Fax for
Fax.
damn near 8 years, straight off of the Discord, and like I've been knew Fax was in the witch. He didn't even know I knew how long I knew.
With Facts, and again, you could tell me if it's. I don't know the story of why you're in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, like I know I be on streaming shit and I ain't really gonna get into it too much on here, but I will give a little tap. I'll get on it on the
Yeah,
show.
don't snitch. Facts, don't snitch,
Yeah.
man.
I'm not gonna say too
Don't
much,
snitch.
but yo, like when I be saying this shit, like yo, like I was really a street nigga. Like I was really a street nigga. Like I was really a street nigga. Like I really used to do shit to people and really was on that. Like I had to change my whole life around. And it was kind of like difficult at first, but like I'm not gonna be mad and bitter and angry because I got niggas that died off of just being shot. And I feel like it'd be ungrateful as hell if I'm bitter and crying about shit that, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go crazy.
Yeah, that's a great way to look
That's
at it,
why you
though.
love me, nigga. You the realest nigga. You know what I'm
I
saying?
ain't gonna lie. Even though you had
God
that
got
mask
something
on,
special
gang,
for
I
you.
saw sincerity in your eyes, nigga. Like even though you had that mask on, I
Oh,
saw sincerity in your eyes, gang.
Nah, that's a fact. I
yo,
was
act.
appreciative, bro.
By the way, your Facts. I'm gonna be honest with you. You have and I don't know if it's because of some of your influence. Like, if you guys don't know Facts, before you've been in the court and doing this thing, like you was always doing your thing on Clubhouse and other like audio apps and shit like that, bro. You got like there's a bunch of people like that fuck with you heavy.
Yo, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that, bro. Like I didn't realize that, bro. But people really love me, bro. That shit
Bro,
is
I thought
crazy.
CEO really worked for you, nigga. Like I thought you had
No,
that nigga
yo,
hiding
Nah,
everything, nigga. That nigga came with a suit and all that. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh
yo,
CEO. Shout out
shit.
CEO, bro.
Nah,
that
shout
nigga
out
was paying the
CEO,
shout
man.
out
He
security
was
for him,
chilling.
bro.
CEO, bro.
Yo,
Yo,
hey,
that nigga CEO came all the way from Canada on a Greyhound bus to see me, bro.
really?
Like
Yeah.
on a Greyhound bus, bro. I'm like, bro, that nigga cried when he seen me. I never experienced nothing like that, bro. Like I'm so grateful for the chat, bro. I love y'all
Yeah,
niggas, bro.
Faison's he's a real down to earth nigga, bro.
Yo,
CEO, man.
hey, by the way, I hope I don't know if y'all have had this discussion yet in VC, but this is probably more of a VC convo. I would love to jump in there when y'all do. And I guess it's kind of like opened up to like much more people than just like us here. It's been a first of all, I think it's the first time some of y'all have seen each other face to face. Who's the person you either saw and be like, I ain't think this is how you would look? Because you know what happens when you've been hearing
Wale.
people's voice for nah. I thought Wale looked exactly how he sounded.
Word facts.
I thought he was a light-skinned nigga, bro. I told that nigga, I said, bro, I thought
Yo, I looked in
Ain't no way you
Wale's.
think Wale was light
Yo,
skinned.
I looked in
swear to
Wale
God, bro.
intern's
I see
eyes.
most of y'all niggas in the chat already.
Yo, I looked into Wale intern's eyes, pause, and the only thing I could see was lust for white women. I could see it. I'm like, this is the nigga. This is the nigga. This is him. This is him.
Wale's super cool. Wale's super cool, bro.
Genuine nigga.
Wale different.
Genuine nigga.
Yo, Wale was trying to
Enzo
put a
Kubrick
turn on with Claudia.
was pretty
Yo,
cool as
Claudia's
well.
married, bro.
He said, I know Boom jump scared niggas. Everybody know what I look
I
like.
never looked at
Come on,
Claudia had steam coming out his nose. I was like, oh
That
shit.
nigga
Word.
Boom
God.
taller than I thought, bro.
Like,
That
nigga's a
nigga Boom
bull.
taller than I thought.
Niggas thought I was like 5'3". I was telling niggas ain't no
Bro,
5'3",
on
bro. I was
God.
telling niggas.
Bro, oh
I'm
God,
like
I thought he
6.
was
I'm like
5
6.
foot, bro.
Pause. Hey, YK, pause, man.
Yo, come
Pause.
on, bro.
Say 6 feet,
We not
nigga.
doing that. We not doing.
No,
Nah, you like
just say 6
nah,
feet.
nigga. You like 6, nigga.
Pause.
Hey, yo.
Hey,
Hey,
yo,
pause.
Nah, pause.
Hey, so just to try to fill everybody else in on like any of the details about the event we kind of like missed. I know some people wanted to be there. By the way, if for whatever reason you couldn't be there, and you were in the area, whatever, it's cool. Listen, we're gonna do much more of these. Yesterday was the proof that we could do events. The next event I'm thinking is gonna be still same format, but we're gonna keep ramping this shit up. Like, I've already said to like even the people who's around me, I'm like, listen, I want to build all of this shit up to like doing a festival at a point. You get what I mean? I know it's like variety show type of shit, but it's like me doing a little comedy, a little bit of podcasting, and having a performer. That's it. So next time, 100% we'll have like a performer as well. But of course, I'll dabble a little bit more into stand up, do a little bit more organized shit with, obviously podcasting for real. Even though I think we did a pretty good job. I think Mo was amazing in kind of his breakdown. He was super composed. So yeah, the next city we go to, I'm gonna find an artist. We're gonna get this shit popping. We're gonna keep it going up and up. And if you didn't get a chance to make it yesterday, or you're not in that area, of course I'm coming to London next month, but it's not my event. However, either in December or January, I could see us doing another event. Hopefully, might be in Atlanta, might be Houston, or it might even be Miami. And then I think we're probably gonna try to do Toronto, like me and Six Buzz. Six Buzz was there last night. Y'all know Six Buzz?
Yeah, he put up to me.
I didn't know he was there.
He put up on me. I was like, damn, nigga was iced the fuck out. I said, damn, that 6 Buzz money hit different, gang.
Yeah, Six Buzz was there. By the way, also salute to DDG. He was gonna show up, but it was New York Fashion Week, and these guys are running all over the place to go from party to party, and it's kind of like a one of them little networking like stay next to the heat type of shit. So he didn't get a chance to come through, but DDG was about to come through. I was definitely gonna have that nigga performing Moonwalking in Calabasas, nigga. We was gonna get one song out of him. We was gonna get one song out of that nigga.
Blueface verse?
Huh?
You was gonna do Blueface verse?
Yeah, I do Blueface verse. Yeah, me and Blueface.
That would have went.
Yo, hold on. Yo. Here's the funny thing. Yo, I think the me and Blueface beef is squashed. I think it's over. Listen, have you ever like just stopped dissing a nigga that you all of a sudden, or maybe just me? I'm thinking we cool now.
Yeah, to that nigga see.
I mean, you've been more supportive of him vocally now, anyway, man.
Yeah,
no,
like you know when you beef with a nigga and you don't even want to be fair to him because you're like fuck that nigga. Like now, like I'm fair now. I don't know if he still got feelings of it, but nigga, I done let my feelings go of that beef already.
Yeah, you got too many more beefs, Act.
Could we one-sidedly squash a beef?
Hey, so speaking of Blueface, man, I gotta ask for the people out this way. Are you thinking of doing anything on the West Coast anytime soon?
No, absolutely. So, and probably that's when I'm probably gonna come to the West Coast. I got to do like a week there because like, I was telling AD's girl, his girlfriend, and I also was telling AD we were having a group conversation, and I was saying, yo, I hate that 6-hour flight because it fucks you up. Like last night, 4 a.m., 80's doing a podcast with Boom, and I'm like, how the hell did you fly over here 2 days ago, not get jet lagged, and you're up this late? So when I do go to LA, I want to do, and I've said this before, we're gonna do No Jumper, we're gonna do Figmunity, right? So actually both shows, and I'll do Figmunity. So I would love to go back on Fig, and love to go on the Community, and of course do their show as well. And there's a few other things I want to do while I'm in LA. But our LA show, I believe, is going to be a collab. I have a crazy idea for it. I want to see if y'all fuck with it.
Okay.
It's almost like I think I'm going to bring an East Coast artist or something, and then like they bring a West Coast artist. And I ain't trying to do no East versus West shit, because we all know, like, historically that is horrible. But it's like just showing kind of where like our media brands, have our stronghold at, right? Like again, I would say, Community and back on Fig, like their strongholds the West, and I feel like with us, I wouldn't say necessarily it's East Coast. Maybe I don't even bring a nigga from East Coast. Maybe I bring a nigga from Atlanta. I bring Gunna.
You might have to dip in the Southern bag, bro. Because if you brought somebody from the East Coast, who would you bring? Like, would you go more so old school? Would you do a drill artist? Like, what would you think about?
No, honestly, I would just try to like somebody like Lil TJ or something. What's the problem? Does that work?
That's true. That's
somebody like Lil TJ. Real. Salute to Bandman Real as well. Bandman Real's from Jersey. Shit, I got tapping with him. But yeah,
yo, Ak, you know what you should have did for the stream? You should have burned all the shit that people got you for the like at the show. Like a nigga gave you a badge, he gave you some watch, nigga had a whole bunch of shit.
Oh yeah, bro. Somebody got him somewhere. My dude, I'm telling you, when I told you I was beat, my nigga, like pause, like I was dead tired, nigga. I fell asleep in the off the record studio last night, like
we know.
And I woke up, and then I went to the other studio, and y'all niggas is doing a pod. So I'm just happy to like I'm happy for us. I'm happy for us. We finally take a unanimous W today. There's not a nigga that could really dull my light today and dull our light to make it look any type of weird type of way. That person would just be strictly a fucking hater. I think today we get our W and shit. You know what I mean? We just got to keep building on it. That's it.
And with all due respect, it was niggas. I don't want to say names and shit, but it was just niggas that you was even getting into it. Even they, like, I would say, put their pride to the side and show love to what you was doing, and it could have been hating. You know what I mean? I was watching it today, so they were showing you a lot. They were showing you a lot of love. So I ain't gonna act like that shit ain't happen. You know what I mean?
Wait,
yo, Ak, I got a question.
Wait, who you talking about? I don't even know who you talking about.
Brick Baby. He was showing you love at the show on about the show. I was watching
today.
Oh,
okay. I seen it today too.
Yeah, so I was like, damn, that was some real nigga shit. I ain't gonna lie.
But that wasn't him though. So like, I don't even remember if he ever says
it was him.
Listen, I took names. Let me tell you this. You see, chat. I'm definitely the petty king, but I'm also one of those people who I expect that duality, especially if you see. Now, if you don't see the other side, it's whatever. But if you were loving the fact that you were like, oh, Ak only was in front of like 8 people. There was a couple of people. You get what I mean? Like, I remember this shit was a big topic on Brilliant Idiots. All right, listen, like niggas is doing deep dives. I'm wondering if we're gonna hear any like. There's a bunch of names that were vocal that I'm wondering if they'll acknowledge, because they were. I ain't gonna say they were trying to kick the dirt on me, but they sure was just kind of like, just trying to scoop that bitch into the grave, like this thing. You know what I mean? So again, but that wasn't like Brick Baby. Brick Baby with that, the whole Brick Baby and Sharp shit, and I could address it now, but I'm over it, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm over it.
W.
I don't want to keep going back and forth, and I don't want to keep going back and forth with something that's just not to my benefit. Now I know some people are gonna be like, "Yo, oh no, you're scared of something." Like, listen, some of y'all have a innate want or desire for people just to crash out and whatever. There's no scariness or no fear. Whatever I've said, there is no apology neither. You get what I mean? And I'm pretty sure whatever they've said, there is no apology neither. But I just realized that back and forth isn't helping us. Again, I do love back and forths, but when I realize I'm starting to punch down and I'm helping them in terms of relevance, like I've never heard this. Like, I got calls from people who are in the media space to say, Ack, why are you beefing with these two guys that nobody else acknowledges? And that's with all due respect to them. And I thought about it and I said, fuck it. Well, I kind of like doing this back and forth sparring shit. And the person told me, said, you do know when, if you're beefing with the B, C, and D mics over at No Jumper, right? You basically look like you're the B, C, and D mic. You look like you're in their tier. So, I got mine off already, right? I only responded because they were relishing in some rumors that was unsubstantiated. I had to correct them, but then I had to add to some sauce to them. And then they responded, and I responded back. But now, how many rounds you want to go? Like, we're going to keep going back and forth because it's only helping you. It's helping their views, helping their relevance. And I know they're probably going to take this or say whatever and say, oh, no, it's not about relevance. This is about relevance. Because if anything I've said to you deeply upsets you, you would not be making videos about this no more. You would not, like, this is content. I get it. You would, if this content isn't helping you and it's because it got real, you wouldn't make content about it. I'm done. I'm down to be done with the content. If you felt otherwise, or it behooves you to do anything else, that is on you. But content-wise, I am officially disengaging from going back and forth with these individuals. Sharp, with all due respect, hasn't had a moment besides the Masika thing for a very long time. Brick Baby, relatively new, has had 0 moments of notoriety or worthiness in the interview space. If anything, he's more of a C and D mic compared to Adam, and Adam ain't even an A. So I'm just going to back the fuck up. You get what I mean? I don't want to be the person who's giving niggas careers, who's helping y'all get whatever goals y'all got going on, who's keeping y'all viral. I would like to just do me, all right? So again, I addressed y'all, y'all addressed me, I addressed y'all. Y'all could address me and this, but it's over, all right? From here on out, keep doing your work, keep grinding, and hopefully the next time I'm talking about y'all is because you've actually put the work in to be deserving of being in some of these conversations. All right? Again, it's over. All right.
Oh, that was all right.
Hey, man.
That nigga starts so down bad, bro. He crashed on his clock, bro.
Okay. Yo. Okay. So, by the way, I know I cut somebody off. So the stand-up shit, low-key, I had some jokes written. I did forget a couple of them. I had a joke written. I got to remember the joke. I had a joke written about, or maybe I said it, the nail polish shit.
Oh, you did?
You did. I hit it, right? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one actually popped. That was one of the most ones that actually popped. When you said the joke about why be wearing nail polish? It got to be from the bodies he got. Drake wearing nail polish?
Yeah.
Oh, Yachty wearing nail polish?
Yeah. All right, what we need you to never do again is stand in front of us and start punching your hips.
Oh, yeah, never gyrate.
I was sitting right behind Kyrie and I felt something.
Wait. No. That joke, whatever joke I had then hit too. I'm sorry, it hit. I know, I shouldn't have gyrated, pause, but I got the laugh. I forgot what it was. I forgot what I said.
You was talking about Bobby.
Yeah.
Got out of jail.
Yeah, because I was like, yo, are there any rappers that is just not on that type of shit? That's why I said Bobby Shmurda. I said, well, he did get out of jail and he did start doing the, you know what I mean? And, yeah. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure, I'm at the lowest amateuristic version of what stand-up is, but it felt good. All right. I'm going to combine that with trying to, learn how to host a little bit better. And hopefully for future events, when we do have music performances, it's not going to be like, I'd never want it to be we're not having comedy, fun, and conversation. So, yeah. Anyway, what else is going on out here, man?
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, man. Yo, Act. Is this gonna inspire you to do like more hosting, like in the East Coast, like host like party events or something like that? Or you DJ?
Do not host a party event. Hell no! Don't do that.
No, so it's
man.
It's inspired me to do events, but inspired me to do other events, right? Like, again,
yeah.
I've gone to so many comedy shows this year, and I've had a love for comedy. I've always wanted to like even throw my own comedy event, right? With like some people, especially some newer comedians that I really like. I would definitely love to have the Academy Comedy Festival or show or whatever. You get what I mean? And yeah, that's definitely inspired me. Like, I felt super at home. So back when I was in college, and I know these days people just call me academics, but the DJ, I guess it's optional. I remember there's no better feeling than being in front of those people with that microphone or that DJ set, and you have the ability to control people's every emotions. You could leave them on a cliffhanger. You could make them fucking almost like belly up in terms of laughing. You could it's a surreal feeling, and I know y'all probably like, yo, Ak, you're pretty funny on stream too. But like, I'm looking at just words to kind of get the gauge of how y'all are feeling. When you're in person, like that, nothing beats it. Nothing beats it. Somebody says,
who's that light skinned girl you brought up? Who's that light skinned girl that you brought up?
Are you trying to holler at her?
The BBL shorty.
You trying to holler at her?
Girl.
Yo, that's actually my artist. That's the crazy thing. And I don't even think
BBL girl?
She was down
about to get his ass beat.
Okay, her
My
name
bad, y'all.
Yeah, you didn't even know that was my artist, right?
I know she rock with you heavy.
Oh yeah, that's my artist, bro. Her name Damn J Lee. She really go hard. I ain't gonna care. And I'm not even talking about the music. She could, she's developing right now, but she's, she's solid, bro.
Okay, that's dope. Wait, yo, who was asking about it? You try to
No, these niggas did not. And these niggas came to Discord asking all these questions.
No,
she was right there.
No.
They said she was Aisha
She was
Curry.
right there. She was right there. I saw her. I talked to her. She was right there.
I thought Axe gonna shoot a shot. So I thought, Axe sniped it.
I need the chat to do better, man. Y'all can't be doing that, man. Come on now.
I don't got clout enough for that, bro.
The short joint with the curly puffs. The short joint with the curly puffs. Not gonna lie,
there was some things.
Not gonna lie to you.
Niggas didn't want to poach though, because we assumed somebody came with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but she said her nigga was in jail, bro. Like, I didn't want no problems with that.
Oh
bro.
yeah, she did say her nigga's in jail.
Bro, why you so scared of jail, bro?
Yeah, bro, I'm not scared of.
She got all types of shit to worry about before you, bro.
All right,
you're trying to play me, bro.
Hey, by the way,
her nigga in jail. Though. I'm trying to figure like why. Why she fucking with a nigga in jail?
Yo. By the way, yeah, I'm about to just do a couple of topics real quick. Yo, everybody, please, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on Twitch, if you're watching this on Facebook, or definitely our home base on Rumble, please, discord.gg/academics. That is our home base. If you're wondering why we have such a close-knit community, you wonder why, like everybody who joins the VC or joins the call with me while we're on stream, everybody knows each other, is because it's like a whole family. Like, really, it's its own world in there. You know what I mean? It's like its own world with different towns and different, like, shit is going on in there. Please join, become a member of the community. And, you don't got to be...
Real quick before you go, we about to make a new role for everybody who pulled up. So if you pulled up and you got like a picture with Act, pull up, and we're going to make an IRL role. So we're going to start doing giveaways based off of that role type shit. So.
Yeah.
Better be the first one to get it, gang.
You already know my name.
No, 100%. Yeah, and so please, if you guys are, again, it's really keeping our community like close-knit and, the most updated information about me when I'm a stream, my content, everything to do with that. Plus hip-hop shit. Like, these are all people who probably like the same shit as you. So join the Discord, all right? Okay. All right. I'm muted up for a second. I'm gonna fuck with y'all. Yo, Yeah, so what's been going on in hip hop? Yes, I just had to address a few things, and I feel like I addressed it. I didn't want to come back on here and screaming and wilding out, still doing that beef that's just not helping me. But I also wanted to enjoy and relish in, I think today we get to soak up all the love from the show yesterday. All right, anyway, there's a few things that happened in hip hop, and I wasn't the only one who sold out shows, okay? We got to shout out to my man Gunna, who actually sold out his show. And I'm going to be honest with you. I told you the ticket sales were really good and that he was going to sell it out. But we got to give Gunna credit because from what I am being told by everybody who went to Gunna's show, the show was fucking good. It was good. Remember, he hasn't performed for about like a year and a half. And his performance had the crowd rocking. I mean, to kind of get like a little bit of a preview of how much they're rocking with him, this is a video from here. Check this out. This shit look lit. Gotta give Gunna his W. Listen, whether you want to say he's a snitch, a rat, a mouse, or a mice, you gotta give him his credit. He put on a hell of a show. He didn't bring no one out. I think DDG is the only sole opener. He had multiple looks. He had some Rick Owens shit. He had his concert really set up to represent the theme of his album. His album was called A Gift and a Curse. And by the way, this concert, I believe, was The Curse. And the one in LA was, I think, The Gift. Regardless. Some more video. Some more video. Let me see. Okay, that's Money Bag. Yo. He also had the Free Thugger sign up. Or Free Jeffrey. By the way, he's performing Young Thug's part. Hey, I'm going to just be honest, man. We got to get that man a W. So, again, I know some of y'all felt like, at times maybe I was either unfair or unnecessarily hating on Gunna. No, I never said that he was never going to have a career afterwards. By the way, I think he's doing an amazing job of handling this and continue with his career. We're going to see what ends up happening because, again, his peers ain't rocking with him. But right now, he's doing the best job I've seen of handling that and making the right moves. Like, for example, when 6ix9ine got out and his peers weren't rocking with him, even though he made pretty much all enemies, some of his moves weren't the best, and it kept the conversation on him snitching. Gunna, at this point, whatever you thought, like, and a lot of this album was explaining what he did, whatever you thought about him, you're going to think about him, but now he's making all his actions and his moves about the music. And if the music keeps sounding like this, there's always going to be some fans that rock with it. Yes, are there going to be fans that, just kind of don't fuck with him? Because sometimes fans love, it's like monkey see, monkey do. So if you see nobody with Gunna, or if you see it's popular to dislike Gunna, you might not it might make it harder for you to like him or whatever. But I think Gunna he'll have a fan base. Well, how big it will be, I don't know. I've said that for his albums to come in the future. I don't think he's going to be selling like 100K. I think that era is done unless Thug comes back and says some shit, but it doesn't matter. If he could this was the opening of the show. outro. 12,000 people. That's what I hear the capacity was with his set design and setup. 12,000 people in the Barclays. Shit, get that boy credit, man. Fire. I like it. Can't even lie. I do like it. Picture of Gunna and DDG. Gunna be looking hella swole. All right. Rocking with it. All right. Let me see. Where do we want to go next? We're like Boosie'd out at this point. We should probably touch in on the Tink and Hitmaka thing. First of all, actually, was that someone else I was going to touch it on? No. Oh, before we get to that, and I am going to touch on it. Hey, it's very rare that, honestly, it's very rare that I'll just play it. Let me tell you this. Joe Budden is the number one broadcaster right now. And when I mean the number one broadcaster, means on this mic, his words are cutting through and affecting an audience. If just broadcasting and just being able to talk is a skill, currently he's having an MVP season. My man gave a monologue to Taxstone, and I said, fuck, if this wasn't a oral beating, I don't know what is. Nothing against Taxstone, but I respect broadcasting, and I gotta play this on here. Let me see if I can find a timestamp or something of the sort. Jesus, this shit was crazy. Now, here's the thing. I think he's gonna explain the beef already with him and Taxstone, so I don't need to explain it. But when I give people credit, or I give my peers credit, is because I'm watching how they're delivering content, and I'm just not a hater, and I could stand up and clap it up when I'm like, oh, this nigga's killing it right now. I'm sorry, he's killing it.
Like acne. Listen, I was getting my little back massage, having a blast. Came across some tweets that I figured I should read to the audience. They didn't sit well with my spirit.
Should we play some church music?
Not at all.
Okay.
Please, no music at all.
Okay.
I'm going to read tweets from Taxstone. Taxstone says, weak men only have aggressive ways with the weak, or who they've deemed weak, either family, kids, cripples, women. I'm going to give you a lesson in weak men with strong personalities. Joe Budden, for instance, clear weak man, only feels comfortable around stupid women or submissive friends. If you can't challenge Joe Budden mentally, you can't be his best friend. Anyone to challenge his Machiavellian ways can't be amongst him. So if you see people hanging around Joe, just know they're piss dumb or as feeble as Mitch McConnell, who I don't know why they keep letting Mitch McConnell speak at a podium.
Why they keep letting him outside?
They got him again. They got him again.
They
You
need
seen
to
him?
leave him in there on the charger and just let it go. You know how you got the old shit that the phone don't last too long? Like, so you take, damn, this shit dying again? You just gotta plug that shit up, leave it there, bro. Extension cord, something.
He right.
Said leave him in there on the charger.
He's right though, bro. That dude
keep short circuiting.
He be killing the mannequin challenge.
Body in it. Yo, you stupid. So, nah, that's not funny.
After you was laughing at the nigga.
No, but it is funny
is
because
funny.
the government always come out 30 minutes later and say, all right, now he cleared all medicals.
Yeah.
Perfect health.
No, he didn't.
No, he did not.
He didn't. But I'll continue. Every time a man steps to Joe for something disrespectful, he says, he folds like a lawn chair. Clear indication of bullying tactics that go wrong. Then he tries to clear it up with miscommunication. See, because when I speak to these dudes in private, they love me. Then on podcasts, it's always something negative to say, but only because I'm not around. I never knew some of these people had issues with me until 7 years of being away, but I'm pussy. I got jumped by nerds in the courtroom. Outside the courtroom, then on podcasts, I don't even know what I did to these niggas. Putting up with ways you don't agree with is a form of Stockholm Syndrome. Ice and Ish somewhere crying to each other about Joe, but pulling up to a podcast together and smoke hookah in solidarity. End quote. I wanted to use this moment as like a teachable moment.
Hey, by the way, this to me, this is like, I always inspired, and like I think the War in Chirac was kind of like, because some of those I used to write too, if you guys didn't know. But like, you know how Charlamagne has a donkey today? I think that's almost like the fucking dunk contest for like a journalist. No, not journalist, but like a talking head, right? I think my rants are like my version of it now. This is when Joe starts dropping 60 on this nigga.
And hopefully somebody can get this message back to Tax Stone. For those unfamiliar, Tax Stone is or was once a very heralded podcaster who many deemed to be a force to be reckoned with for years to come in the podcasting space, who was sentenced to 35 years for his participation in the Irving Plaza debacle that went down. I also want to let people know that I have been nothing.
Yo, these little lime green flip-flops is crazy. This is ridiculous.
But supportive to this gentleman. I've given the benefit of the doubt. Free Tax. At some point, Tax hit me to have Vito on my podcast because Vito would corroborate his story when it seemed like he was in need of some help during the trial. He asked me to do that favor. I allowed Vito to come up here. Typically not someone I would have up here, but I did. He didn't corroborate anything, and that was the end of that. I never, ever, ever, ever get along with you pseudo street niggas. Like the pretend street niggas. And part of that is my fault because I know the real versions of y'all. So when I see y'all's actions and it don't line up.
Wait, Tax is like a real street dude though, right? From what I know, Tax is like a real street dude.
I run. Also with the pseudo street niggas, some of y'all's moral compass and y'all belief systems and your ideologies, I just think are really, really, really backward. So I want to talk to Tax about shit I think is weak. And I'll have this conversation in a transparent manner, and I'll divulge some things that I've never divulged before, and then that will be the end of me speaking to Tax. When I came to do Tax's podcast, Tax had a gun on him. And then he passed that gun off to somebody, and then that person went and scurried to another room. I thought that was weak. I said to myself, why the fuck does somebody...
Nah, he about to give him 75 right here. I ain't gonna lie to you. He about to give Devin Booker 70 right here.
Somebody need a gun to do a podcast? And secondly, why do you need a gun to interview me? I'll allow a brief moment of silence right here so the audience can pick up on what's blasphemous about both of those statements anyway. You guessed it. Why do I even know that you have a gun on you if you got one? But you hype-deprived street niggas tend to overcompensate, and y'all scared the shit out of me. I thought all of that was weak. I did. Then, right, what happened after that? What happened after that, after I did that part? Oh, shit, wait. Then Charlemagne granted you an opportunity. And I watched you get sunned out. I thought it was super weak, but hey, to each his own. Either he totally lost his backbone or now we both have scoliosis.
Bars! That's
but
bars!
Boy, did you get to shucking and jiving and dancing. I thought that was weak. I did.
By the way, hey, this is top tier like delivery right here. He's hitting it with the I thought it was weak. He says, either we both have no backbone. No. Either you lost your backbone or we both have scoliosis. I like that shit.
Then me and your man got it on around the corner. Shout out to him. Salute. You got to come up here still. And the very next morning, you was on Twitter divulging every single detail of that dance like you was fucking Lisa Evers.
Bars.
I thought it was weak. I did. But that's not even the weakest part.
Shout out to Lisa Evers, by the way.
You brought a gun to a benefit concert. To whose benefit?
Wordplay.
You pulled that little gun in a small,
y'all seen the wordplay, right?
Room, endangering the lives of moms, dads, uncles, all of the people in there. I thought it was weak. You murdered a good man and you shot a good woman. Shout out to her. You online stalked Troy Ave for years. For years. I just don't know real niggas to move that way, but hey, maybe you was making up your own rules. But I thought that was weak too. I did. Then you pulled that gun out. Why you couldn't just get punched in the face, actually?
Oh, shit.
I thought that was weak. I did. Then you pulled that gun out and a nigga took the gun from you and chased you all around the fucking venue. My nigga, I don't know what definition we going by, but we clearly have two very different definitions of weak. You soft, fragile, insecure ass nigga. And then you got the nerve to be mad that I went on Gilly and Wallow's podcast and said that my inspiration was Combat Jack and that I didn't pull much inspiration from you because you are a worker.
Damn.
You niggas be sensitive and mad at my honest truths. Rest in peace to Combat Jack, iconic legend. It's my man and I miss him. But that's who I was talking to. And you were indeed a worker. You were working for Loudspeaker. That's back when y'all was running around saying that y'all got, what was y'all so happy about? 15% of the ad money that y'all was getting when Loudspeaker was taking 30 to 40% off the top. Y'all was excited about it. That screamed worker to me. You were a worker for Loudspeaker. You are a worker for depopulation. You're now a worker for the state. You are a worker for Black Death. And still somehow you have the audacity to be in there focused on and talking about everybody but you, which is where I get befuddled at, because the judge gave you 35 years, not for the crime. People have done worse and gotten less.
I love the word befuddled.
He gave you a stupid ass 35 years so you could sit there and fucking think. So you could just say to yourself, yo, I earned this. Next time you sit your bare ass on that hard metal toilet seat, all you need to say to yourself is, I earned this. I don't want to hear none of these niggas that sing your praises. Tax be dropping gems. Them gems got you where? Did you improve on the design or did you do something new? It's now over for the tax brought the streets to podcasting. No. The streets took you from it.
Damn.
It's a bitter taste having to watch niggas like me and Gilly and Wallow and Nori and Math have all of this success out here while you post these 2016 polls. But sit with that. Embrace that cinnamon challenge. It's bitter, I know. But the last thing you need to be worried about is what anybody else is doing. I think it's weak. I think you're weak. I think you've always been weak. And some of the things that I think is dope, like freedom, like being there for your parents, for your family, for your kids, for your children, buying real estate, setting up trust, the 401k shit. I was just talking about sports earlier with my little brother. I think all that shit is fly. And all of you pretend wannabe pseudo street niggas, maybe you wouldn't understand it. So as you age in there, you should think about all of these things. This has been the pattern for about 15 years now. A short, fragile, height-deprived, insecure nigga doing his best to overcompensate. And why do you ask niggas for favors that you feel this way about? I think that's weak too. All of you niggas is fragile, bitch-ass niggas. And had you said any of this when you was free, you know we could have danced around the corner. You know that. You know that already. So I hope this is a teachable moment for many out there.
Damn.
Stop listening to these losing niggas, man. Let them just tweet away and go away. That's what I have for Mr. Tax.
I like Tax Stone, but I ain't gonna lie. That nigga Joe went crazy just now. Holy. I think he has some more smoke for some other niggas. He gave Rory a little bit of smoke too.
Bitch ass nigga. Who else is on the docket? Fresh and Fit.
Oh shit.
You niggas didn't sound believable when y'all was saying it. Your voices were trembling, nigga. This fucking voice is scary as hell. Unfresh and unfit. Motherfuckers. They called me the F-bomb. They tried to F-bomb on his man. Yo, I'm not with all this new age shit. I'm not signing waivers to fight. I'm not dropping a load. Hey, when you niggas see me, just get active. You ain't got to go on Rumble or wherever. When you see me, activate. The end.
Nah, listen, if I was with Joe or with Fresh and Fit, I would stop that. Listen, there'd be no fight. You know what I mean? It'd be a good podcast. But I do know Fresh and Fit was very upset at him, just like he was probably not giving a fuck. I don't know, whatever, but no fights.
The end with these guys. Who else is on the fucking docket? Oh, Rory. You're playing with these niggas. Rory, I have some grace for. So anyone home keeping up with the Rory timeline, I want to address it. I have not said a word since our bare minimum exchange. For the people keeping score at home, Rory went and did the Fig Munity podcast and kicked my fucking back in like he does every single time it's time to sell something.
He tried to do the same to me. I told him I ain't playing.
And I said not a word. And I'm still not going to say a word. I'm not doing any exchange because it's just not worth it and you're not built for it. But what I was talking about when I said your name was a fact Week 2, Patreon. Remember it like yesterday. You remember. Week 2 of Patreon, Maul wasn't showing up, lazy sack of shit. And you said, hey, if he keep not showing up, can we have his money? I thought it was blasphemous. I think that sounds nuts. That's just a fact. I'm not responding to none of your diss shit because I don't pay you niggas no mind. So we're not gonna do that. But that was just a fact. I should be able to share my facts without, right? And I'm still not.
I think it's kind of quiet for those guys right now, man. I've never seen two guys just mishandle their runway to potential success. The talent was so limited with Ruri and Mealy Mall that I think they developed an ego. I remember one of them, like Mealy Mall, was saying Joe wasn't selling shit out, or I guess Joe had made some reference like, yo, they around the line around the corner for me. And basically they were like, no, it's really for us because you weren't doing this without us. And clearly they have now left Joe, and they had a lot of, people were saying, oh, they're doing record numbers and this and third. But then these guys also, with lacking in talent and developing an ego, I always thought, I would have never sat down with these niggas. Nah, I would never sat down with these. They should have been more engaging. Actually, they just suck. I don't even know what I'm saying. Like, these niggas just fucking suck.
I'm not gonna dish y'all. Y'all don't deserve it.
But they did
y'all gotta work harder. Who else said something? Oh, then the other nigga said something. I can't address him either.
Who?
He got to work a little harder. If you want to address him, you can.
No, it's okay.
He has to work a little harder.
Hey, I know who they're talking about, and Joe's one of those people too who made me realize stop beefing with Brick Baby and them. I'm gonna stop saying these names because he refuses to say the name. I know who he's talking about because that nigga be dissing me too. Yeah, I'm kind of realizing we got to start starve some of these niggas of attention because some of these guys, they're just mentioning any name to go viral. Charlemagne has a new lapdog that is trying to head fast down the Tax Stone route. They're trying to call people out. The only difference is, at least when Tax Stone had a podcast, he started creating content that was genuinely engaging, so he was developing an audience as well. The new lapdog that Charlemagne got uses the same tactics. Is still, supposedly generals of streets, but just not engaging on the mic. And that's the problem. For that individual, I think Joe has the right approach. You got to starve him of all fucking attention.
A lot harder.
There's a few more people that have to work just a tad bit harder.
True.
So you say a little bit or a lot?
Let them work.
Lot. They got a lot.
Yeah, I'm not
gotta work hard. Gotta work hard. Gotta work hard. That's all I got.
I say what I say. Listen, ice on me.
Cam up.
Listen.
Cam up on flip.
And I have to be honest with you. When we have conversations as men behind the scenes, and there's a track record of engagement between the two, I'm sticking to what I'm saying. I was raised by some people that are honorable out here. And on top of that, I've been outside myself. When you say certain things, I think a lot of things that people say, sometimes they go too far. And if I don't know you like that, there's no room for apologies in conversations. Of course, a lot of times when you have a misunderstanding online or you meet somebody face to face, a conversation men things. It's like, okay, all right, it was a misunderstanding. But I'm not going back and forth with you niggas. You niggas is bums to me, dirty. You niggas have not seen half the stuff. I made $1 million off a YouTube video, off of skits, off of setting myself on fire. I was able to.
By the way, he's getting that Charlemagne new lapdog, the nigga who basically is seeking relevance by dissing everybody in the space. You get what I mean? And his next thing is about how he's some type of super goon.
The takeover.
Where have we heard that before?
A radio station at its height by myself. I was able to go up there and do a lot of things, be in magazines. I was able to travel the world. I was able to be on the news in Germany, Japan, Australia with my son, JR, a kid who was just in the car and got shit thrown all over him because he supports his father. I'm proud of my children. I'm a parent first, and I do this for them. So I'm not going back and forth with a man or anyone who thinks that they should be in my position. If you want to be in my position, nigga, get in my position. I work hard. I see nothing. I don't see a wall when it comes to work. All I see is an empty tunnel, and the empty tunnel, I'm just trying to get to the end of it. There's no end to that tunnel for me, meaning that no matter what, I'm gonna get to it, and you should too. I'm not gonna give you the thrill of saying your names or acknowledging you. I'm only acknowledging this because this is a broadcast to millions and millions of people around the world, and I want people to know that there is a way to address these bums.
I agree. Tax, you watch your bitch ass mouth. Or don't. I mean, it don't matter. You about to rock away.
I take the high road. And a lot of you niggas are on the high road. Like this. You know what I'm saying? Take that shit off your nose, nigga.
I don't know who he's referring to now.
Wipe your nose when you talk to me.
They're tweeting about us, man. They rumored that them niggas is pounding you the fuck out, nigga. Why did you think about me, nigga? All that podcast shit is over. It's over. It's over. It was somebody else on the docket, but my memory is bad.
Sure?
Yeah, I don't remember who it was.
They were saying that old boy was getting at you too. Envy Man, he was getting at you.
Who's Envy Man?
Charlamagne. Said that he got at you.
I'm not arguing with nobody that's the B mic on their show. If it's your show and you the B mic, shut the fuck up. I'm not arguing. You have taken yourself out of Pod Wars.
Do you really? Oh, okay.
What?
You really feel that he's a B mic?
He's the B mic on the show.
Because a lot of times when you get at niggas with truth. So I'm just making sure that you really feel this way.
He's 100% the B mic.
Okay.
When he's sitting next to Schultz on his show. He's the B mic.
Oh, next to okay.
He's the B mic. He down, the show down, stock is down, all that shit is down. You down.
Oh, I see what show. I thought you said okay.
See, I don't even talk to these niggas, man. I don't. The truth of the matter, I don't pay attention to nothing that none of these niggas say.
Okay, damn. He referred to Charlamagne as the B mic on the Brilliant Idiots podcast. I think saying that Charlamagne is a B mic anywhere just sounds crazy. I wouldn't say Charlamagne is a B mic at all, but I will say that Schultz is. I think his star power is shining so bright that there was a time that when you watched Brilliant Idiots, you would say, "Hey, this is Charlamagne," and like his friend that's a comedian. These days, I think because number one, Flagrant 2 is just a behemoth of a podcast and a platform that's leaps and bounds and probably 10 times as popular as Brilliant Idiots. The cachet of Andrew Schultz has risen so much that if you ask me, I look at him as equals to a Charlamagne in terms of what they're both bringing towards that podcast. If possibly he's not bringing more. Charlamagne, historically, the podcast has been like a side thing. His thing is radio. Schultz is heavily into the podcast space till, again, at a time he had like a bunch of podcasts. Now he's settled with just one with Flagrant 2. And I don't think he's doing the heavy lifting in terms of conversation and shit like that when it comes to Brilliant Idiots. But I do think they're equals. I don't think they were equals before. And I think Joe's just not liking Charlamagne to say some shit like that, because at one point you used to call Schultz his lackey. You can't switch up and now say that Schultz is the A mic now. Right? So it's all good. Somebody said stop making excuses. How am I making excuses? Schultz is lit. Like I think that's the acknowledgement that we're making. That's the acknowledgement we're making. And I would say this as well. I think from a content level, currently, while Schultz is lit and there's a new energy to Brilliant Idiots, out of all of Charlamagne's platforms currently, Brilliant Idiots is the best platform for him. Right? The Breakfast Club is still the Breakfast Club, but maybe we're comparing it to we're comparing it to iterations of itself. And I'm not saying it's failing or nothing like that, but I'm just talking about content-wise. Breakfast Club is a Breakfast Club, but Brilliant Idiots has really been kicking it up recently. Anyway, somebody says Schultz better say he's a C mic. Oh, that's how they're going to respond. That's how they're going to respond. Somebody says Charlamagne's a B mic on that show. I'll say this, okay, to answer your question, I don't think he's a B mic, but I could understand someone even making that thought just because I remember when Charlamagne was getting canceled a lot for a lot of some shit that was going on with him. And also he was getting canceled for some shit he said on his own, on Brilliant Idiots. For future episodes of Brilliant Idiots, he was a very toned down PC or more PC version of himself. And if you have a guy next to you who's fucking still got his gun on, he still got the switch on his gun and he's going crazy, shooting up everywhere and always, doing his thing, you might assume the person who's kind of keeping it a little bit tamer is the B mic, but I don't think so. Okay? All right, cool. I got another hour with y'all here. Yeah, I got another hour with y'all here, and then I'm on Community tonight. So salute to all the Community fans. You will see me on there tonight with my boy AD. AD came out to really support me launching one of our new spaces with the Academy, and of course came out for the show. I appreciate him for that. His flight was actually canceled for today, so he asked me, he said, hey, could I record at your space? And of course, shit, one hand washes the other, and support should equal support in return. So he'll be using my studio tonight to stream, and I'll be on the stream too. So don't even worry. All right, cool. Let me see. Somebody said for both he's a B mic. What are you talking about? Are we talking about the Charlamagne shit again? Wait, y'all think Charlamagne really is like a B? Somebody said change that pic. Yeah, it looked like my boy Joe got a mangina. I ain't gonna hold you. Let me switch this out. Let me move this down a little bit.
I follow the companies. I'm following the companies. I'm following the money.
I haven't kept up with the Breakfast Club as much. How is he a B mic on the Breakfast Club? Like, the Breakfast Club is always like Charlamagne's thing. Ime Udoka says Charlamagne's the B mic now compared to Andrew. By the way, DDB, thank you for the $10, my brother. He says your subscriber since the Lil Boom groupie video. He said that's my old account. It says I was at the event. In case people didn't show because of the last minute location change. Oh, okay, so I'm guessing you got in for free? Good. 2 days ago, I got blocked from the Discord. I don't comment. They always think I'm white. DDB. So it's like D space DB. If you can, unban them from Discord, please. Steve Lou, thank you for the donation as well. And also 8 and 10. He says, yeah, we fuck with you in Romania too, bro. You're the king. Every time I wake up, I check your YouTube for the news. I appreciate you as well. Somebody said, Envy is always the leader with the talks on the radio? No fucking way. I'm reading YouTube comments right now. Envy is the leader in the conversations? Y'all are trolling me. Let me see what they saying on Twitch. Not because Envy has a few moments that's like whether the box your mouth thing with Tyrese, that doesn't mean he's the lead mic. The lead mic is usually person controlling conversation, the person transitioning, the person setting it up, and usually the person that when they talk, people shut the fuck up. That's usually what's the A mic. The B mic is usually the supporting mic. So that person chimes in and out. Somebody said they're both B mics. Yo, y'all not fucking with Charlamagne right now. Let me get in the Discord. Kyrie probably would know about that. Is Kyrie on here? I know he'd be probably watching. Kyrie, get in the Discord real quick. Kyrie! Joe said Envy was the B mic. Well, now he's saying Charlamagne's the B mic. Are they both B mics? Kyrie, what's good, nigga?
Yo, I was summoned. What's good?
Do you watch The Breakfast Club or no?
The Breakfast Club, I do not, but I do watch Brilliant Idiots.
So I'm reacting to Joe Budden's comments that he believes that Charlamagne is the B mic sitting next to Andrew Schultz. What's your thoughts about this?
My thoughts on that is like it's hard to compare that because uniquely to the Brilliant Idiots, it's more like a first take type of show structure.
Mm-hmm.
So they lean on each other. So certain things, it's kind of like a bipartisan thing. It's kind of hard to say. It's just A and B. It's kind of more like a first take, like one versus the other the whole time. And then the B mic component kind of sometimes comes from my man Alex Media, or like they got other people in the show, and like they got other people who like.
Nah. Alex wouldn't be like a B mic. He would be a C mic because he's rarely chiming in.
Between both of them, I don't think there's an A or B.
Yeah, no, I think they're both A mics, honestly.
Yeah.
I think they're both A mics.
Nigga, stop it.
What?
Nigga, Charlamagne definitely a B mic shows.
Wait, you watch Brilliant Idiots?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
I do have a critique about Charlamagne though. When you watch him on Brilliant Idiots, sometimes it be coming off like he play like a certain role, but like that's like on a political sense. But outside of that, I don't know.
I don't think he's. It's a mutual show. Like for example, right? For example, I don't like. And by the way, I wouldn't get offended if people thought either way. Anyway, when me and Joe did Everyday Struggle, I never thought it was a and B situation. Like now, was he known for more theatrics than me? Yeah, but it like. Shows that, well, I guess it was a debate show, so you can't really debate if the other person doesn't give you something to debate for. So in that setting, I looked at both of us as A mics because you needed the other person to counteract with. I think that's what Brilliant Idiots is. They kind of need each other.
I think at a certain time it's easier to call you a B mic just only due to experience. Which
by the way, if and I would knock that. I would knock that. I wouldn't knock that at all. If somebody did say I was the B mic then, I wouldn't knock it. I wouldn't be tripping.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I will say it be points. The thing about their podcast is that they talk about more political stuff, and like I feel like there'll be points in times where Schultz will cook Charlamagne just because Charlamagne sometimes seems to have a rigid stance of.
Listen, I still watch Brilliant Idiots. I went to one of the first Brilliant Idiots live shows, and and shit. That's what kind of got me in my mind. I wanted to do a live show eventually, which I did yesterday. But I'll say this: ever since Schultz is a fucking huge star, right? And I think that's allowed him to get more and more confidence that he's the nigga hitting with more hot takes on Brilliant Idiots than Charlamagne. Charlamagne is usually kind of like I don't think it's a B mic role, but he's kind of going off of what Schultz got a million. Like the shit went viral, but Schultz was like, "Yo, Taylor Swift's the hottest artist in the world, like bigger than Beyonce," right? Then he kind of reacts to that and plays off of it, but it's because Andrew Schultz is literally just shooting, bro. Like he's giving the hot takes. That's it.
Nah, yeah.
No, it's correct. Charlamagne changed his image, bro. Bro, the niggas who watch that show. If Schultz left, I think the viewership would go down a lot. But if Charlamagne left, I don't think it changed.
You think so?
Yeah.
To be honest, if you're gonna be real, this is where you could say it's a B mic situation. Because if Charlamagne left, it would just be flagrant.
Literally. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because what's the name?
Niggas are still watching.
Okay. All right.
I mean, what do you think? What do you think pulls in more views?
It'll be black flagrant. Okay.
No. I do believe at this point, Schultz is pulling the views. That's just what it is.
Like, so that's my question: is what do you like? Okay, if you're looking at like their analytics, right, on whatever platforms they choose to be on, what do you think is getting them the most views? Usually, it's the more. I mean, it's in the name, the more flagrant takes, right? Now, who's providing those than not.
Yeah. No. I completely get what you're saying. I think this show just historically was Charlemagne wildin'. So this is why, like, I don't want to judge it the A mic, B mic thing off of that. And by the way, I don't even know why we're even having this conversation on a serious level. I think it's Joe's being really petty, and Joe is doing the classic thing. This is how I've broken up a lot of motherfuckers' good situations. I did it to the Joe Budden podcast at first, and then I hit them over there at No Jumper with it. The same tactic. You feel me? All you gotta do, man, is now having Charlemagne thinking, wait, is this nigga? But I don't think Charlemagne has an ego like that. So it won't matter. Like, the moment I called, like, Ruri a worker, I knew this shit was over.
You sure?
Bro, like, what ego could he have? Like, I've never...
Bro, come on, man. You know, them two go back and forth, bro. I'm ready for the pettiness, man.
There's no pettiness to happen. Who do you think right now is the bigger star?
You gotta kind of define that more.
Well, that's a great question. What do y'all look for? Because to me, I think both Schultz pulled out 7,500 people like 2 nights in a row to see him at Radio City Music Hall. Charlemagne is someone who is kind of inching up to late night TV / or late night TV towards radio executive kind of like realm, and both of them are huge.
Believe that.
Huh?
I don't even believe that because the show got canceled. Respectfully, but I feel like Charlemagne has. We gotta respect the fact that Charlemagne did give Schultz the credibility in the first place for us to even give a fuck about
facts.
His tapes.
Facts.
And I think it's hard to compare the two because Charlemagne don't do live stuff. So like to compare a live audience versus a comedian who's built a whole tour base off of that it's an unclear comparison. But what I will say though is when it comes to Charlemagne's presence on the podcast, again, I just think it's him leaning on the fact that he's a legend. Well, I'm not gonna say he's leaning on it, but like as far as like what I look at, it's hard to.
Nigga, it sounds like you're trying to mince words. It sounds like you're trying to say that you feel Charlemagne washed up, bro.
I mean, no. Sometimes he comes off washed up politically because it seems very rigid and a little bit.
I disagree.
Pandery. I don't know.
I disagree with that.
That's Charlemagne washed up. I think he's washed up.
Listen, I disagree with that. But I also want to give a lot of credit to Schultz. Let me tell you this. Schultz, his name is in some of these conversations now. Like, for example, I can't remember what type of, like, it was just some random shit that just didn't have nothing to do with nothing. And Schultz's name was mentioned among, like, platforms like Joe Rogan. It was like, oh, you got to go hit the outlets. You got to go to Logan Paul podcast. You got to go do Rogan. You got to go do Schultz's show. And I'm like, damn, Schultz is on another level now. I think that's abundantly what it is. Andrew Schultz is literally on a completely another level. And I watched this and I called it from back like probably a year and a half ago. Andrew Schultz is positioning himself to have the platform that I don't know if he'll ever scale to size of a Joe Rogan, but it'll be in the same realm as Joe Rogan. I think he does a really good job of trying to have a 360 outreach. And if you will watch the interview I did with him on my podcast, he basically said that he wanted to tap into every, like whether it's sports, he wanted to tap into sports a little bit that some sports people might watch. I mean, whether it was like Indian culture, he would tap into that a little bit that some of them might watch him. So he wanted to touch all bases. And, I always thought that was his advantage over hip-hop because we kind of stay hip-hop and culture while he does everything. Like, he'll have like a fucking astrologist or some fucking UFO type of nigga on. Then he'll have, I don't know, like a bodybuilder. Then he'll have like, like Drewski. Like, it's pretty, the dude's a star now. Like, that's just what it is.
Yep. That is true.
He's a star. I'm sorry. Like, and I think Joe finally got to the point of realizing the dude's a star. But I think he's trying to jab at Charlemagne, hoping Charlemagne has an ego that he gonna get in the, because how did Charlemagne did Charlemagne diss him recently?
What you say?
Did Charlemagne diss him recently?
Nah, but you know they go back and forth about that list.
Let me see.
And don't forget, what's the name? Joe went on $1 million worth of game and probably said some shit. I don't know if he definitely said some shit, but he probably said some shit over there.
Is it this?
Yo, Charlemagne pandering towards bitches nowadays. Let's be honest.
I don't think he pandering though.
If you mean bitches, you mean the Democratic Party, maybe.
No, all right, hold on. I don't think he's pandering. I don't think he's pandering because I think so when I hear pandering, I hear, yo, I don't really feel like that, but I'm gonna just say it because like that's what y'all want me to say. I think he's saying how he exactly feels.
What? You used to see Charlemagne say all type of shit. When nigga, you see Charlemaine where you know like a bitch being a hoe or like some crazy shit. And nigga won't say it.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly, I think he's going through a lot of changes, man. I think he's going through a lot of like spiritual changes.
I don't want to watch him do that.
No, spiritual changes and life changes. You do remember that Charlemagne was the guy who used to brag about cheating on his wife, right? Like now, like I knew Charlemagne was changing someone when like he proudly admitted constantly that he stopped cheating. You get what I mean? Like you could tell, like he's just changed. And I think. You said what?
I think it's more than change; it's growth.
Yeah, it's growth. Yo, is growth a bad thing? Especially if people like some of the more toxic and immature versions of yourself.
Man, I think that nigga's lying, bro. I think he's lying to get his female fans to fuck him. I truly think that, bro.
You think he's trying to pander to females to get more of a female audience?
Yes.
I don't think that'll happen though. That's the funny part about it.
I think it's already happened, eh?
No. I'm saying it working though. Like, if that was the intended goal, Charlemagne is still from the school of, hey, listen, he was considered a shock jock. He wasn't a shock jock, but he was considered. He used to be the guy who was making misogynistic comments, sniffing chairs after women get up this time. He's not gonna be the person that, like, women are gonna look at like Steve Harvey. Remember when Steve Harvey wrote that fucking book and women were just looking to this nigga like the fucking guru?
A lot of women know that listen to Charlemagne, and they be trying to tell me like, nah, he's changed. Like he's not misogynistic no more. It's because of mental health. He always talks about going to therapy. Bro, the niggas literally finesse a bunch of bitches, bro. I promise you, I promise you. Promise you.
Yo, nah.
Promise you, bro.
Yo, nah, I don't think that's what it is.
Like I heard it from girls, bro.
You heard women. You heard
like, Charlemagne that, bro. I know a girl that hates every misogynist nigga. Yo, fuck. I'm like, yo, why you listen to Charlemagne then? Yo, he changed. He's not like that no more. He had therapy and mental health changed. I'm like, huh? I was like, all right. Heck, I'm telling you, bro, that nigga's pandering towards bitches, bro.
What do y'all think? Am I tripping?
Heck, I'm telling you, he's pandering towards bitches, bro.
Hold on. All right. Let me say I believe it. Does it work? Like,
I think it is working, though. Heck, I think it is.
No, I don't know. Yo, because like I see a lot of people, bro. I read YouTube comments and people say he lost his edge. And really, it's not that he lost his edge. He's still clever. He's still witty. Is that people want him to kind of like, yo, I interviewed Charlemagne in 2013. I think the interview's still up. I actually hate playing it because every time I like put it up, they try to dig up these old rumors about the nigga, and you know, like, bruh, I'm sick of that shit. Academic Charlemagne. Charlemagne 2013. Yo, in the interview, that nigga say, yo, right now it's too hot to fuck black bitches. Right now you need your Nubian white. Yo, this nigga was cracking me the fuck up. Yo, nigga, I had shit like, yo, look, Charlemagne the guy teaches DJ academics how to cheat. Like, yo, that nigga was toxic. I ain't gonna hold you. You feel me? That nigga used to go crazy on Drake.
Hey, so Act, keep it a bean. Did you take any of his advice?
Well, what on how to cheat? What?
Oh yeah. You know, I'm just trying to see. Did he?
Hey,
did he have any worthwhile advice?
Yo, in reality, what I definitely could say is that, I think Charlemagne is the real definition of what being a legend, a one of one is, because he adjusted with the times. Like, imagine if he was still sniffing seats, bro. They would have tried to put this nigga in Guantanamo Bay. So I think he kind of realized, like, yo, bro, you got to chill, tone it the fuck down. And I think that's what he did, just toned it down.
Yes.
But do you think that's gonna bite him in the ass moving forward?
By the way, I ain't gonna lie. Like, some of the edginess I even came with, even at first, was because I'm like, okay, you gotta have like some type of edge. That's why people like you. And I mean, I still think I have it to a certain degree, or actually maybe a lot, because I be wilding the fuck out. But
you definitely do.
I don't want to say he toned it down. He just, he just had to pivot a bit.
Okay, are you being light-footed in saying that? Because I feel like he toned it down quite substantially, brother. I'm not gonna hold you.
No, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. You're right, and I think also he's trying to figure out. He's trying to figure out the way where. Okay, let me go back. If you know the history of Charlemagne, he was an intern on Wendy Williams' show. Wendy got to a point where I think she was about to be sued because she was really low-key calling Diddy gay or some shit like that. And she was about to lose her job or really get the station into some big problems. Basically, she kept her job, or maybe she did get fired. But anyway, she had Charlemagne with her, and she started to do she would chill and have him attack the guest or just wild out on people. And what Charlemagne has been really good at his entire career, right? And even when he's an A-Mike, he is the guy who usually a lot of times he loves, like, is good with the alley-oop. You get what I mean? Like, again, from Wendy used to just kind of almost like play the good cop, he the bad cop, right? The Breakfast Club, Angela Yee's like the good cop and DJ Envy, he's the bad cop, or historically. I think now, he's changed the image a bit and he's trying to go in a different direction. Should I root for him? I think he'll be the test if you could gain an audience by being toxic, then completely change and gain a new audience. He's going to be the test.
How do you think he's faring so far?
Okay, so I got to establish the metrics for that. So the metrics of success for that would be books, mental health symposiums, and late night show. I think those three things, if you are a liberal, woke, non-edgy, respectful person, those things go well for you. I think his books, I think he's probably up there. I think he's probably up there with books. I think he has like an audio, like some crazy ass audio deal. Right, he has some crazy ass audio deal, where he even puts out other people's books, right? And a publishing deal. He puts out even other people's books and like works or whatever. So it's working for him there. The mental health shit, I ain't gonna lie, I think he cornered that motherfucking market. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. If Charlemagne came out and said he was selling an anxiety pill, I'm telling you that shit going, nigga, he might sell 1 million copies first week, nigga. You know what I mean? Where it's hurting him at is the things that he's more visible at. So his pocket's probably getting lined more over there. Now, the late night show shit, I think he's still trying to figure that out. He's still trying to figure that out. And
let me chime in before you go into that. So two things, right? To go back to mental health, because AJ made a point about him like pandering to females, right? Don't you think that kind of coincides with him getting in the bag of mental health? Like those two kind of go hand in hand, do they not? And then number two is, as far as late night, bro, you bringing that up, and I mean, of course, yeah, it has some footing, but don't you kind of think late night is like a dying medium a little bit?
Okay, you bring up a great point. By the way, Chad, I know we were kind of like dragging this topic at this point. We'll move on very shortly. You're 100,000% right. Here's the thing, though, and this is why I was saying it's an interesting dynamic when you have Charlemagne sitting next to Schultz, because Schultz, I believe, is one of the biggest or one of the brightest stars that has been the product of the internet. He's one of the biggest and brightest stars of what the internet has created. Charlemagne, I remember back in the day, he started his own YouTube channel, and I think he put the Gucci Man interview on there, but he's never ever done the YouTube thing. Like, he's traditional. Like, he's always, hey, listen, I come from a radio lineage. Yes, I have the biggest show on radio, right? And that would also kind of be linear. It would translate to linear to TV. So I think in the world that he's put a lot of work in, the correct step to get to is linear TV. Now, if he had the stock or the cachet that Andrew Schultz do, I'm pretty sure Andrew Schultz wouldn't want a show on TV right now at all. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying he would just turn everything down. That's just not where Schultz's plight is, right? That's not where he's built his own foundation. He's built it through the net. Charlemagne's, the entire of equity that he has throughout the years is through linear analog formats, which is radio and TV. Has he had a bunch of moments that went viral on YouTube and shit? Yes. But I think that's why he's going towards late night. Because if I was him, right, I would think he would just do a digital show. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I look at the numbers. You know, I was looking at recently how many people watch First Take. Stephen A. Smith was speaking about this recently. Stephen A. Smith said, with Shannon Sharpe on the show, about 800,000 people tuned in. 800,000 people. And by the way, that's a shit ton of people. So 800,000 people watch First Take during that block they were live. Compared to YouTube, like, you could have millions of people watching. You get what I mean? It's like, I feel like they probably attract way more viewers from their content online than they actually do from TV. But the ad money is still primarily at TV and radio. So that's why I would say he's going towards the late night route. Otherwise, I would have thought he would have leaned a little bit more towards the internet, honestly.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm gonna play a video.
This is how on the stance of you're for polygamy. So how does being married?
I am for polygamy. You know, I wish we could be with 3 and 4 women.
I'm not gonna lie, I agree.
And I think it's gonna get to that point. You know, the reason I have that stance is because just look at the way society is right now. You got a lot of brothers that are homosexual, which is cool. You know, that's your thing. That's your thing. Then you got a lot of brothers who just aren't successful. And then in the African American community, we make up 13 point something percent of the population.
I think, yeah.
But the prison population, black men make up like 44%, 44 point some percent. You know what I mean?
I found the video. Nah, listen, this is how edgy that nigga was back in the day. This nigga said it's too hot for black on black fucking.
Architect of aggravation, Charlemagne the God. Hello.
On Twitter yesterday, you was wilding. You said it was too hot to have sex with black women in the summer.
It is.
Like, explain that.
It's too hot.
I think a lot of black women get offended.
It's too hot for black on black fucking. Black women need to go get them a white man, and black men need to go get a white woman. It's too hot for black on black fucking. Fuck your girl right now with the air conditioner on. When it's 100-something degrees, both of y'all still gonna be sweating. I got time for all that musky shit.
Hold on. So, are you saying that because you really are for interracial relationships, or are you saying that because it's really too hot, in your opinion?
I think I'm saying that because it really is too hot, and number two, we should encourage equality. You know, there's so much people talking about skin color, especially with that whole dark girl special that came on the other day, and everybody's talking about skin color, and I'm like, yo, are we really still having this conversation? You know, motherfuckers worry about the wrong things too much. It ain't about whether you're black, dark black, light skin. It ain't about whether you're white. It ain't about whether you know, Asian, Puerto Rican. It just matters about if you're pretty or not. That's what these girls won't. That's the harsh truth they won't grasp.
That is.
It ain't about your skin color.
Are you pretty or not? And guess what? It's a lot of beautiful faces that come from a lot of different races. And personally, I don't care about skin color. I like pink pussy.
You don't care about skin color?
Hell no.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm in a white girl wave right now.
I am too. But guess what? That don't mean I don't like my sisters. I love my sisters.
But anytime I tell that to a black female, you know what she thinks? She thinks I'm kind of putting her down. I'm putting black females. I'm like, it's just preference.
Listen,
right here.
In the summertime, I like white girls. The fall and winter, I like black girls. But I like pussy all year round. So I'm not turning down nothing. Listen, man, Kelly Rowland is one of the most beautiful women on the planet. She can get it all seasons.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Nah, this Charlamagne was funny as fuck, bro. I'm telling you.
Tika Sumpter, beautiful dark-skinned woman. But then you got some ugly light-skinned chicks out there. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter about.
Somebody say, yo, Ack, this is skinny Ack and black Charlamagne. This is Ack. Now you fat and Charlamagne light skin.
Skin color. Like, I don't care. Black, white, green, yellow. I like pink pussy.
True.
So when I say that shit about no black on black fucking in the summertime.
Because some people think that that's you selling out. Because when you say you're trying to sell out, because I seen this chick was trying to make that point to me. She said, yo, that's him.
Man, can we wait till it gets nighttime and it gets a little cooler? Boy, it is too hot for this shit. Charlamagne was right. Oh, she gonna tell her man, can we wait till it gets nighttime and it gets a little cooler? Mark my word, nigga. You ain't ever had sex with a black girl in the summer?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
And you don't be hot as a motherfucker?
But I think it's the same thing with a white woman, though.
Not with me. When I have sex with a white girl in the air conditioning room, I don't sweat at all.
Really?
Nope. We just draw heat. And that don't have nothing to do with black or white. That's just with us drawing heat.
I gotta look that up, yo.
Try it. Do an experiment.
What about Spanish girls? They in the middle kind of.
I don't
You don't like Spanish girls?
I'm not gonna say I don't like them. I just don't. That's not my wave. I don't know. I like some Spanish girls. I like Dominican chicks. I love Dominican women. I don't know if that's not the same thing. I don't think.
Hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. This shit was funny as fuck. Nigga says too hot for black on black fucking. Oh man. Again, yo, he was shooting. Yo, Southside Chief, thank you, man. He says, yo, bro, Ack, congrats on a successful event. I miss the academy. I got years of experience in editing from audio to video. Definitely want to get you on a show out here in Minnesota. Give you a pot of a lifetime. Sarah, thank you for the $10. By the way, she says, hey, I'm Sarah from Discord. I'm Ethiopian, not white. I've told them many times. I'm not a thought. I just enjoyed the content, and you got me through college. Oh, I'm glad you got through college listening to us. I appreciate you. But I'm sick of getting kicked out. I like the info there. Okay, could y'all not kick out Sarah from the Discord?
Listen, if they have an issue, coming to you is not the best way to deal with that. If you might have got kicked out for a reasonable reason. So if you want to come back and act accordingly. We don't discriminate. So.
Okay, Extremist Clip. He says Joe Budden ain't even in the top 200 on Spotify podcasts. Being a B mic ain't bad technically based on the stats. He would be like a C tier podcast, even though YouTube King Academics channel gets more views per month. Zeno Gray says Breakfast Club is Charlamagne's show. Period. I've always thought that as well. Yeah, honestly, there's no hip hop shows right now in the top 200 right now, I believe. There's no hip hop shows. Flagrant is top 200. Truth is truth. Can't lie.
Where's Joe at on that list?
Where? You said what?
Is Joe on that list at all?
Joe on which list? The top 200?
Yeah. No,
there's no hip hop shows.
Radio.
Oh no. I was just talking about a podcast right now on Spotify at least. No, he wasn't comparing like his ability to broadcast. But again, that was an edginess, that just couldn't be sustainable. I guess y'all are commenting that he's went extremely left from that. Like now, if you did an interview with him now, I would imagine him saying like, "Listen, we can't objectify women. We gotta blah blah." I get it. Somebody said play Charlamagne. Well, you said what?
Yeah.
You said what?
I said Charlamagne Act. You can't say Charlamagne not pandering to women when you're saying his shit that he's going to is mental health and like I forgot what else you said. Mental health,
mental health, books. Like,
heck, who's buying books? Name a nigga you know that read books.
I could see Charlamagne having a crazy book club in the future.
Heck, how many niggas you think bought this book?
Well, do niggas buy shit? Like,
no, niggas don't buy shit, and they definitely not buying books, so it's in jail.
Mental health, the books and late night shows.
All right, so he's pandering to women. That's clear as day.
All right, let me listen to shit real quick.
Charlamagne's podcast selling off.
Fuck you. You know,
people with platforms and influence that like to flaunt their money. Here's what he said.
I do with that. But right now,
that's
just,
right.
I just
and
you know
me. Just another
like,
assist that I like to throw, and I just want to tell y'all, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all be doing shit for nobody, you bum ass niggas. That's the only reason I played that. Okay, so whoever wants to wear that fucking whoever shoe that fits, put it on. You bum ass motherfuckers.
Nothing hits like
the
that.
reason I'm saying that, man, because I'm tired of seeing all of these motherfuckers talk about like, you know, how much money they making, or you know, all of this they claim to do, but we don't ever see it.
Yeah.
Like I'm tired. I'm really, really tired of people who got these platforms who aren't doing anything with these platforms. You're not doing anything. The only person you're benefiting is yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I tell y'all all the time, if what you are building or what you have only benefits you, it's not big enough. Bottom line, point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? Throw an assist to somebody if you can. You know, if you're passionate about a cause like I am when it comes to mental health, put together an event like the Mental Wealth Expo. This is my third one.
Yeah.
And everybody gets in free.
Yeah.
You know?
How many women you think went to the Mental Health Expo? I think it probably was even. I don't think mental health is a woman pandering thing. I think that's just regular.
Because I feel like if you really are providing a service to people and you really want to give people help, you should do it for free.
Yeah.
That's my personal.
If you can afford it.
If you can afford to. But everybody acting like they can, but I don't see them putting their money where their mouth is.
Ooh.
You know, that is the challenge, you know, from here on out for the rest of our lives. What are you doing with all of this money and this influence that you claim to have? Okay, if all you doing is motherfucking getting your algorithm popping, man, that shit is not impressive to me in any way, shape, or form. Because as we know, getting algorithms popping is easy to do.
God damn, Charlamagne.
Is that aimed at Joe? That doesn't sound like it's aimed at Joe, if you ask me. Joe's the person who doesn't do algorithms. I wouldn't think that's aimed at Joe. That might just be a general innocuous statement. I'll say this though. I think Charlamagne is right to a certain degree, but I think from where he stands, it's easier to say, and it's easier to say, and it's easier to do, right? Charlamagne is tied into these corporations that really trust him with the keys. It's not like he just has like his own platform like a Vlad TV or a No Jumper or even Academics or even a Joe Budden podcast. If Charlamagne wants to put somebody on, he could just tell them. And again, the company's going to do the rest. You know what I mean? It's much different than Joe or myself or anybody else or like even Nori. You know what I mean? Like, I think there was a time that, for example, this is a perfect point to illustrate that. Charlamagne put on Taxstone on Uncommon Sense. Charlamagne has the power, or used to have the power at Viacom from an executive level to make those decisions to say, oh, I'm putting this person on. Right? That's a prestigious place. You're putting somebody who never been on TV, never really even been on anything, and you put the guy on TV. Obviously, that's a good gesture. You can't knock the gesture. But Charlamagne has been in most of those positions where it's almost like executive-like. For example, even with now Black Effect. he has a significant pull to do a lot of things where I think it's unfair to compare that to a Joe Budden and compare it to some of these other platforms that ain't really all the way in bed with these huge conglomerates or huge corporations. Like Joe's company, or say my company, or say even like Vlad, you have to first and foremost make sure your head is above water before you could even really really put your resources behind, really making talent. And by the way, that has been done too. I give credit to Adam. I think Adam has done a great job of putting his brand a lot behind, some new creators, and it actually worked for them. But I do think it's unfair if we're talking about people not in these systems. You get what I mean? Like, yo, if my nigga, put like this. If I was still up at Complex and they still looking at me like I'm one of the head honcho niggas up there, okay, I'm bringing you on because y'all trust me. But that's just not the case right now. Did it just get darker? All right, cool. I'm gonna have to wrap this up a little bit. Give me some more topics. Let me get off of this Joe Budden Charlemagne saga. It'll never end. Did you guys see the video of, apparently this is Trap Boy Freddy? If you guys don't know, a popular rapper out of, I believe, the Dallas area. And he ran into supposedly Mo3 manager. Now, if you guys don't know, Mo3 and Trap Boy Freddy always was trading words. Actually, I think even Trap Boy Freddy made a diss song about Mo3 the day after he died. You get what? Something like that, right? But they had a tremendous feud. Apparently, Trap Boy Freddy performed somewhere recently, and Mo3's manager, who I guess was there, it was somebody else's concert he got brought out to. Mo3's manager, I guess, who was there, saw him in the parking lot, and this was the interaction.
Stop running, bro. Yeah, stop running, bro. Brother, look at him, pussy. Look at him running. Look at him running. Stop running, pussy. Running. Hey, running, man, you pussy, man. You don't get your ass beat, boy. Yeah, nigga, what's up? Why you running? Man, why you running, man? Come on, man. You did that with three, pussy. Stop running, man. Stop running, bro. Yeah.
Now, fortunately, nobody got hurt. This is a petri dish for a murder charge or somebody getting shot. This is in Texas. Clearly, everybody's toting a gun, a pistol. For real, this shit is this type of nigga ignorance right here. I'm actually surprised no guns were drawn, and I'm surprised no shots were taken. Clearly, you see Trap Boy Freddy. He's trying to he's grabbing he has his hand on a gun. This guy, I believe, is Rainwater, which is Mo3's manager. I didn't even think he was like that. He's kind of running down on him. But also, we don't know who's behind the camera, but it looked like he's with a couple of dudes too. So they're kind of confronting him. He's trying not to pull out the gun. And also, I could imagine if he pulls out that gun, people with this other guy might pull out guns. Trap Boy Freddy did get in my comment section, and he said that sucker wanted some insurance. You can't trick me like that. You get what I mean? And honestly, what would be the right thing to do in this situation, chat? Somebody is trying to, they got their camera out, they're running down on you. They're trying to have a moment, whether they're trying to have a fight or they're trying to have you do some dumb shit. I think Trap Boy Freddy did what he did. Yeah, I think he did what he was supposed to do.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta be like a butter knife.
Oh, somebody said, "Oh no, is Rainwater the one filming?" All right, no. I think he did what he was supposed to do. I think anything he was gonna do then was gonna send him to prison.
He was supposed to shoot him.
He was supposed to shoot him. Not gonna lie, he do talk crazy. That's why I caught myself when I was saying it. I was like, well, he did what you're supposed to do. Then I'm realizing nah, this nigga been talking wild crazy. He's been talking crazy. No, it's up. What'd you say?
That's what I'm saying, nigga. You can't just be talking crazy on the internet and you see a nigga and you just do nothing. Like, what?
Yeah, he did like a Say Cheese interview and like dissing Mo 3, I think, after he died. And I think he said the reason why he was dissing him after he died because he think Mo 3 would have dissed him.
Pray for peace.
Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can play the part where he talks about Mo 3, Trap Boy Freddy. It's on Say Cheese. By the way, salute to Say Cheese. Like, he's the one that made me really know all these guys. Trap Boy Freddy. Here we go.
You were real personal in that record. You know, you've been quiet for a long time. You know, you've done your shit on Instagram, but you never really came out with an official track talking about certain things. You know, let's talk about that. The way you structured the record. It's a classic sample. Let's talk about Shirt.
Shit. I'm in the studio. I had my nigga send me some beats. And out of all the little 10, 15 pack he sent, that was the one. Shit, we made the song probably in about 40 minutes, an hour or something. But I fuck with that hoe. Sure.
And was this something you recently recorded, or this was like?
Yeah, I did this shit like January.
Okay. So you been had it in your catalog and shit.
Oh yeah, I had that. I got like 70 more of them hoes too.
were there people telling you? Were there people telling you shouldn't put it out?
Nah, nobody listened to it that would tell me that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody listened to it had the same type of feelings I got.
Okay, so it was nobody that felt like it was a political decision to keep it in the tuck?
I mean, politically, like if you want to go like white collar shit, you know what I'm saying? Maybe. Nah, cause they ain't even say nothing. Really, nah, nobody didn't say nothing really. Cool.
You know, when you released the record on Twitter, it was going crazy. On Instagram, it went crazy. Damn near 100,000 likes on Say Cheese. Your shit was going bananas. I was watching your shit. Your story was going crazy. But it was a divide. Some people felt like, some people felt like, Trap Boy, let it go. Like, let it go, bro. It's over.
It's never could be let go. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some people probably won't never understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could you let go of your partner? How could you let go a nigga talking about your partner that was just dead? Like, how could you let go having to look out for your partner kids and shit like that? Talk to your partner and their mamas and shit. You watching multiple people cry. You see what I'm saying? So some people might understand, but they really just don't understand how for real that shit is. Like, I ain't sparing nobody's feelings. When nobody sparing our feelings, that shit went on 3 years. And they only talking about this little one funky year. They better let that shit go.
Yeah. So how long are you going to keep this shit going?
Since the first day he dropped the first diss song. So you go on YouTube, wherever he put it at, and go look at the date. And that's how long I'm gonna do it. Unless it's 4 people. It's 4 people who opinion matter to me. But it gotta be all 4 of them. It can't be 1. It can't be 3. It gotta be 4 for 4. And I never say their name, and they have nothing to do with rap. They have nothing to do with gangsters. They have nothing to do with none of that. You know what I'm saying? These real life personal people that I love and care for. They the only people that can tell me stop. And all 4 of them gotta tell me. So and I'm not gonna never say their name. So if they do tell me, I'll let y'all know. I'm a real nigga. But other than that, I really don't too much care for it though. You know what I'm saying? I can say whatever I want whenever I want. You know, I can.
Yeah, so he was dissing Mo 3 after he died.
Pull out the fucking phone and go on my story and do some shit if I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't that. But when weak ass niggas be steady saying shit and shit, so I'll say something. Fuck a nigga.
You know, when the situation happened, a lot of people felt like.
So we just rap. I learned all that shit off the internet. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't nothing. I ain't no goofy. This shit, I'm way smarter than all them dumb ass niggas. So this ain't nothing, but I'm just getting some money right now. This all we doing. We just making money. sitting back.
So this is just for entertainment. This ain't for no street
Yeah, man, this
shit,
ain't for
This
nothing, man.
entertainment.
This entertainment business only. This rap. This.
Well, anyway, I guess he was dissing Mo 3 after Mo 3 died, so I guess that's why people are saying it's crazy that he's walking away from a confrontation. But I'm gonna be honest with him. I don't think he's running from anything. I think it's the people who are there with him. It's on y'all to do something to him. If y'all been mad about him dissing your dead friend, right? If somebody been dissing your dead friend for like 2 years straight and you run into him, do he got to do something to you or do you got to do something to him?
We talking from a hood nigga perspective, right?
Yeah, well, these are hood niggas. Like, again, I think he did the perfect thing. Walk away, nothing happened. But I guess, like, you know, if you got to think about it in the context of how everybody's carrying these situations. If you think about it in that context, I don't think he did nothing wrong. He's been dissing Mo 3 for years after Mo 3 has died, and then he ran into the team of Mo 3. They allowed him to politely walk, not even one of those heavy pace, like, you know what I mean, like one of them walk runs. No, he briskly walked to his car and left. I think that's a win for him. Yeah, he took a stroll to his car. I think he won. You get what I mean? I'm pretty sure he's going to go back home, get back in the studio, and go diss the guy again.
Wait, hold on. He won in life because he's still living. I think if we looking at it from the perspective of the streets, he probably lost that.
If you've been dissing somebody's dead friend, disrespecting his legacy for years, and you ain't hear what Vaughn said? When he die, his niggas gonna raise the murder rate? Imagine somebody clowning your death, and your friends sees the guy clowning him and walks him, they chaperone him to his car.
They followed him to his car. He was supposed to up the pole on them, not gonna lie.
Basically, you said
nobody stated that maybe they had the pole out on him already.
But what I'm saying is that nobody did nothing to him. They walked him to his car. They escorted him. I think he won. Why does he have to do something? He don't got to do nothing.
The whole thing is about getting out the jam. Nobody gives a fuck. It's about you got to be like.
Okay, all right. Hold on. Put on y'all street nigga thinking hats, okay? Your man done died. You should have been spinning like a tornado, like them niggas in Memphis. Them niggas in Memphis, you think they would have escorted one of them CMG niggas? Fuck no. They're going on the news. I'm sorry. Like, again, my thing is don't show the recorded video if you weren't going to do nothing.
No, but that's the thing you got to keep in mind, Ak.
What?
These niggas might listen. They might got some motion going on for themselves, and they might not want to get jammed up with a body. They might not want to case.
So
you know what? The next thing
how
is,
the least
nigga, and you gonna record?
No, how the least street nigga in this whole stream, me, is making sense of this from a street nigga, bro. If I'm a street nigga and I've been dissing your dead friend for 2 years, right? I'm dissing your dead friend. I ain't dissing you. I'm dissing your dead friend. You care so much about your dead friend. You now see me and you shout and pull your phone out and record me walking to the car looking unbothered. And you put it up on there saying, I ran from the fight. I never seen him in the jog position. He briskly walked to his car, probably like turned his car on, you know what I mean? Like plugged his phone in and chilled out, then left. Put the address in the fucking Siri maps. Yeah. How is he getting embarrassed? If anything,
because bro, this nigga ain't up the stick, bro.
So he was supposed to do something to them.
Yeah, man.
He's
supposed to stand on business.
What business he supposed to stand? He's been, you know, he's going back home to go to the studio to go record this song about your dead friend. That's what's gonna happen.
I'm saying, bro.
Like, again, if you're in this type of life, I know that, you know, they posted the video, so they're saying Trap Boy Freddy looks crazy, but he doesn't to me. He looks like the person who looks like the most solid person in this whole situation. Y'all look like you outnumber him. Y'all are there, like, they so far away from him, you would think they're in COVID protocol. This your top op. That's supposedly, again, I'm not trying to encourage violence. I'm trying to think like a street nigga in how we could evaluate the situation.
Okay, so act, bro. What would you, if you was a street nigga, if you was big street act, what would you have done in that situation, bro?
First of all, you shouldn't even be recording the shit. If I'm hoping they weren't gonna think about shooting the dude, but if it's y'all catching a fade or y'all gonna try to jump him, go do that, but don't film him walking to his car. Oh, there he is right there. Okay, he's walking to his car. Right? Like, he's walking to his car.
Stop running, bro.
Stop running while he was standing still. Stop running, bro. Yo, it's like somebody say, yo, stop holding me back. Bro, nobody's holding you back. Bro, there's nobody even holding you back, brother.
You
lucky they hold me back.
Leaning to his car. What you mean?
Bro, they're saying stop running and he's standing still. Are we looking at the same video?
Jogging in place? Bro, what you mean?
Bro, look, yo, they're shouting out, stop running, and he's not running at all.
Running. Stop running, bro. Yeah, stop running, bro.
He's actually turning back around a couple times. Like, wait, y'all, wait, is this, y'all niggas is acting like this nigga Noah Lyles. If they wanted to catch up to this nigga, they could jog over there, nigga. 2 power walks, then they catch up to that nigga.
Running, look at him, pussy. Look at him running. Look at him running. Look at him running. Stop running, pussy. Running. Hey, running, man. You pussy, man. You don't get your ass beat. Yeah, nigga, what's up? Why you running? Man, why you running?
Nah, that's a brisk walk. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Why you running, man? Come on, man. You did that with 3, man. You did that with 3, pussy. Stop running, man. Let him run.
Sorry.
Bro, I'm not gonna hold you. This is a sick nigga moment, bro.
Yo, we need Fax's opinion on this. I'm sorry.
Bro, that nigga is looking for the police.
No, he's not. I'm giving a win to him. Listen.
He is not, bro. He's not walking away calmly.
Bro, so you're saying that you see your ultimate enemy and you walk him to his car and he lost?
Bro, he is not, like, he's not walking away on no calm shit. He's literally looking for the police. He's looking for help. He's looking for a place.
Yo, this is why you can't win in the streets. If you calmly walk to your car, you're running away from problems. If you stand still and they still don't do nothing to you, you ain't stay there long enough. And if you do something, you can't win, bro. You just can't win.
If he'd have stood 10 toes down, I'd have been all right, that nigga got it. But that
Listen,
nigga was
man,
definitely looking for help.
Hey, I'm glad all these brothers made it home safe, but let's be honest. This is why, like, some of the street shit just doesn't make sense. And also, sometimes I think some of these street dudes don't realize you're making yourself look crazy. Like, if you're pulling out the phone when someone's talking about your dead friend, it seems like you didn't even plan to do nothing.
Hey, we got facts in here, Act. We got facts in here.
Facts.
Oh shit, my fault, Act. What's the word? My fault. What's the word?
Have you seen this Trap Boy Freddy video?
I ain't even see it. Talk to me. What I'm missing?
Okay, all right. You got to look on the stream, right? I did post it on the page. Basically, so Trap Boy Freddy, rapper from Dallas, him and Mo3 didn't used to get along. Mo3 used to diss one of his dead friends, right? And then when Mo3 died, he dropped a dissing Mo3. He did interviews on St. Cheese basically saying he gonna diss Mo3 for 3 years, just like how Mo3 dissed his dead friend for 3 years. He said he's just keeping it equal, right? So Mo3 has now been dead for like 2 years or so he's still dissing him. Now the friends of Mo3 run into him in a parking lot. This is a guy who's been dissing. So Mo3's manager and probably other friends, they run into the guy who's been disrespected. Remember, they're both known rappers. been disrespecting Mo 3 and Mo 3's legacy, and then they film him. They say he's running to his car, even though it looked like he's taking a brisk walk. You know what I mean? A stroll through the park. Now, a lot of people were saying, well, he walked away from the confrontation. He's pussy. Again, I'm not a street dude, but I could try to put my street nigga thinking hat on. I'm actually giving him the W. If he been dissing y'all dead friend, y'all run into him, and y'all, you film him walking to his car, but you did nothing to him. How could he?
They first of all, niggas need to put these phones away. Like, why is everybody want to pull out their phones? If they really felt the type of way and really dearly, really wanted to do something, they would have kept that phone away and just beat them up or did whatever they had to do without it being on camera. By them pulling out the phone only shows that they really didn't want to do nothing. That's how I personally feel. I don't feel like they want to do nothing.
And actually, I'm going to give y'all a different thought about how I'm viewing this now. Trap Boy Freddy has his hand inside his jacket to almost allude to the fact that he might have a gun that he just ain't pull yet, right? Let's say he doesn't have a gun. If somebody's reaching for their gun and you're reaching for your cell phone, I think you're trying to record evidence, right? It's like the police are gonna pull up on you and you start recording it. It's like, I'm just trying to make sure that niggas don't shoot me, man. Fuck out of here. You get what I mean? I think the person who pulled the camera out was trying to make sure, he probably had the flash on. Hey, if you shoot me, it's on fucking film. Right?
I can see it that way too, for sure. I just feel like if you're gonna do something to a nigga, bro, you're gonna do it, bro. You don't pull out your fucking phone, bro.
Yeah, listen. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury all agree we're gonna have to award this victory to Trap Boy Freddy. Just honestly, I think he got it. I think he got it. Somebody just mentioned Trap Lord Ross. Apparently, he has a 6-hour YoungBoy video coming out. Have y'all heard of this?
God damn. 6 hours?
6 hours. Like, bro, like that sounds like it could be 6 episodes on Netflix or something of the sort.
Bro, facts. What the
Trap Lore Ross. I think he made a post about it. Maybe he deleted it, but it was in a story.
Bro, I'm not gonna hold you. 6 hours is crazy, bro.
And then on one of the things, it showcased what do you call it again? It showcased, it had like a body list. And I guess it was kind of like summing up all the people that maybe YoungBoy and his crew maybe have been involved with, whatever. Let me see. I'm trying to find that picture. Drill say he's going to watch it. I think we're probably all going to watch it. I think Trap Lord Ross has kind of found his niche, and his niche seems to be, I'm going to look at tag photos. I got to take it off, though. His niche seems to be in the realm of really putting together these really insightful documentaries.
Facts.
Trap Lore.
Give it up to Trap Lord, man. He puts in so much effort into his videos, whereas all these little copycat channels that kind of cover what he does.
Or this is the picture right here. So apparently he leaked. So it's a 6-hour NBA YoungBoy documentary, and it's listing 12 murders. Okay. Now I don't know if you guys know some of these individuals. Let me see if we click on to get a little bit closer look. One's G Money. There's a woman in here. What the hell? Something Nisha Barnes, then Austin, then Boulevard, quick something, then 7. They got King Von even on here. TBG Dutch. Who's that? Mohammed, what? Little Dave, Boozilla, Big Dump, Lil Pob. Wait, ain't Lil Pob on their team though?
That's what I'm saying. Like Lil Dave too.
Okay, I think they're saying in the saga of NBA YoungBoy, these are the people who lost their lives, right? I think that's what they're saying. They're not saying like, yo, YoungBoy and his crew was responsible for killing these people. They're just saying people who died as a result of maybe some situations that NBA YoungBoy or his crew was involved with. That's gonna be interesting. 6 hours?
That's a lot, man.
I think this is gonna be. I think this one's gonna go viral too. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you why I believe it's gonna go viral. Because I think other than the true NBA YoungBoy fans, I don't think the majority of people know as openly some of the feuds and some of the things that has been rumored, and I'll just say rumored to be connected to YoungBoy. It's not like the King Von situation where people have been enamored with Chicago and there's been a bunch of stories retelling certain parts already. Like how many Chicago stories cover like, Von K.I. or whatever the case is. I think with YoungBoy, it's going to be the first time some of these stories are told in sequence. So we will see. Somebody says 6 hours is police as fuck. Say again?
Do you think it's gonna outperform the King Von video?
The King Von
because
video,
that's a monumental video.
I think that video is at like 9 million views. If 8.3 million views. If it's anything as popular compared to the King Von video, I'm gonna be honest with you though, it's probably going to get the attention of some authorities. And I'm not saying this. I'm not saying he's snitching. I'm just saying when, like, we've seen documentaries about serial killers get those investigations reopened that people try to get some justice or some shit. I think, if there's a concern, I don't know how he's gonna come out. Vaughn was dead, so it's like shit. Like that documentary about Vaughn could only really come out when he's dead. YoungBoy is still on house arrest, okay? He can't make it to the mailbox, as I told y'all. So we will see about that. But I do want to give Traplo Ross, his credit for compiling these amazing documentaries. And by the way, I look at his channel. Damn, he's on like a 10 video streak of 1 million plus views for the last 10 videos. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the last 10 videos. He's done 1 million views on every single one of them. That's interesting. NBA YoungBoy will have his new target. Well, we see. We'll see, man. All right. Let me see. What else? Let me see what else. Okay. This was super interesting. So there's an interview with one of Jeezy's former bodyguards. So this guy right here on the bottom is Jeezy's former bodyguard. It's very interesting. He speak about his relationship with a lot of rappers. And have you never heard bodyguards speak like this? Usually you don't even hear security guards doing interviews. Again, certain type of professions when you're up close, the person who knows your utmost secrets are your driver and your bodyguard. They're seen, never heard. You want to keep getting hired, a lot of those hirees are through word of mouth, and it comes with a lot of trust. If you're the person doing interviews about what you've seen, you only ever hear those when they're done and retired. You never hear them in a moment, because if they're still trying to be in the business, it's going to fuck up. Like, people going to be like, I don't want this guy around because he going to be trying to, peep this and peep that he could go say on an interview. However, this guy, he used to be Jeezy's former bodyguard. He said he worked with a bunch of people, money back. He said a bunch of people who, by the way, salute to Ugly Money TV. They did the interview. They asked him, they said, hey, who are some of the real ones? He named Moneybagg Yo Gotti, and a few others. And they said, those guys are really like that. And they asked him about any weird experiences he had, and he says NBA Youngboy. He says NBA Youngboy was just a fucking weirdo. He says NBA Youngboy started to mean mug him. Okay? Then, actually, I'm going to play the whole thing because I was watching it. So, by the way, Ugly Money TV, please, y'all go watch this channel. Okay? Y'all must. Jose Cuapo blames academics for stirring Chicago bloodbath. Oh, my God. All right. Anyway, the video in question, y'all got to watch it if y'all do want to watch it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Right here.
The accent. So I'm like, Dread, I'm your security. You know, I put out the...
Okay. He's talking about meeting Youngboy. Remember he says Youngboy is weird as shit. Here we go.
I walked in professionally. They sent for me from Atlanta. I came to California. I got the SUV. I came to the studio. Hey, what's up? Where's NBA Youngboy? I'm the new security. Hey, he's in B. So I walk upstairs, whoop, 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 and I walked in the studio. I think he was in there with a little pump.
Okay.
And when I walked in, I was like, what's up? I'm Dread. I don't know if you hear the accent. So I'm like, Dread, I'm your security. You know, I put out to thump his hand, you know, and he stepped back like, you know what I mean? Like, so where? He's like, who the is you? I'm like, yo, I'm the new security. So he's like, don't security belong outside? I say, I'm not those other securities. I'm coming to establish my presence. You sent for me from Atlanta. I'm here.
Respect.
I'm Dread. Let's get eye contact before, you know, some
I'm
shit.
the person responsible for your life.
Yeah, brother. And I'm just saying before your entourage or we cross up, I'm not here. I got kids. I got to go home to my kids. I'm not with that. You know what I mean? Like, so it was a weird moment. So I think from that situation, like, I guess I invaded his space and he didn't like it. And I lasted 3 days with him, and that was that.
Now, during those 3 days that you were with Youngboy, Fulio pulls up.
Jacksonville. That's when we got cans. That's when it was like, you know, his manager came. Some little ball-head dude used to work for Lil Wayne. He's like, dude, say you don't like how you move or something. Like, some clients is weird. You got to tell me what you want. Some clients be like, I'm not talking to nobody tonight. All right, I know it's Debo tonight. No touching, no stepping. Hey, we ain't doing it tonight. Some clients be like, chill, Dread. I taking pictures. Cool, but be mindful, though. Watch. And he never said what he wanted, so I was intermediate with him. I was not too close, but not too far. I don't know what you want. You know what I mean? Sometimes clients, they want you next to them. Sometimes they want you to play the outfield. But I ain't know. And Fulio them came to the hotel in Orlando. But I was off the clock.
Yeah.
So I sit down and I just watched. I was watching it. Like, NBA had his little entourage and Fulio had his entourage. And, like, none of them kick off. But, you know, I'm off the clock. You on your own. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, if I was on the clock, I'd have regulate this shit. You know what I mean? But I wasn't on the clock, so it's like, you know, fuck you, fuck me, fuck you. Excuse my language. But sometimes you got to give it to them like that because they talk so street and they sometimes try to apply it in the business. And I'm not with that. Come to me as a businessman.
Yeah, for sure.
Or, you know, you come in crooked, well, all right, let's go. You know what I mean? But
it seems like he wanted you to be a gang member, not a bodyguard.
I don't know what he wanted because he's just me mugging, and I just like, yo, this is my face. You saw my face. This is my natural look. I've been through some shit back home, so I'm not faking. I'm not. You can see he fixes his face to look hard. Like I don't nah. I ain't gotta do that. I'm not.
So there was a standoff at the
The nigga said Youngboy just mean mugging him.
Hotel with Youngboy and Fulio, or is it just?
Yeah, it wasn't really a standoff. Like Fulio them came to the hotel. I guess they know the hotel, so they was probably up and out looking for NBA Youngboy. And then they went outside, and then Youngboy came downstairs. But Fulio had more people with him. But I left. I catch the lift, and I went to the airport because I'm off the clock. I'm not responsible. You got this figure out.
Heavy,
go
what
ahead.
up?
You know what I mean? Like I said, I got kids to go home to. You know what I mean? So I'm going home to my family. I'm with the bullshit, but it got to make sense.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
I'm with the bullshit on the clock.
Yeah. I'm saying,
don't have me on the bullshit. I'm not on the bullshit for free.
Yeah.
And so, I would imagine that they extinguished the situation themselves amicably.
Yeah, probably, because I seen it online. That's how I knew it was Fulio.
Yeah.
But I didn't know at the time. You know, I remember the dreads, the big dreads he had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And but yeah, it's, you know, whatever it was. But you know, I was out of there. I went home.
Yeah. So basically, he said that Youngboy was weird as shit. That's interesting. He said he felt like YoungBoy was making his face up to seem tough. It's almost like he's trying to say that he believes that YoungBoy was putting on like an act. Like, oh, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, listen, clearly he won't be working for NBA YoungBoy no more. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you see that bodyguard artist or client relationship is very interesting. I think YoungBoy is probably just used to bodyguards keeping some level of respect for his personal, personal space. And I think the dude started off wrong by just walking into the room. And, I guess the other securities may have known because somebody should have told him, but clearly he expected this bodyguard not to come in the room and be like, hey, I'm the new bodyguard, and try to fist bump him. He thought that was like being extra. And obviously, if y'all having those moments already, it's just not going to work. You get what I mean? So I said, play the video. I played the video already. There was another one, I believe, where he was talking about.
Y'all must have forgot.
I think he just called. He was explaining why he thought it was weird. Let me see. Is it this? No. He talked about getting shot. He said he got shot and like how Jeezy kind of like didn't give a fuck about, But whatever. Anyway, cool. Again, I'm gonna have to run in a bit because I have to be a guest on the community tonight. So I appreciate all you guys for rocking with me as much as you can. I'll see if there's any more topics to be done. By the way, salute to Pooh Shiesty, who looked like he's absolutely chilling in jail. My boy got a little Richard Millie. You know what I mean? Got the haircut all right. You know what I mean?
I heard they be playing Fortnite Mobile.
In jail?
Hell yeah, bro.
Oh shit, he got the Timbs on. They look fresh as well. Yo, this nigga's so chilling in prison. He got 2 watches. Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, 2 watches, not even fucking 1. So he looked like he's chilling.
T-shirts.
And well, listen, in prison, that's a Richard Millie nigga. He said just ordered 2 Ferraris off a jail call. I'm real rich. Make sure you make her cover up my name before you keep the bitch. Damn. I ain't gonna lie, man. Look like, he's adjusted really well. And I think he's coming home like next year, or maybe the year after. Keep in mind what he went to jail for. I think they helped him out a lot. He shot somebody in the ass while going to buy some weed in Jordans and took the nigga money or took the weed or whatever the case is. He pulled up in a McLaren as well. So it was a whole clusterfuck of fuckery going on. However, it looked like he's, taking responsibility of whatever happened and doing his time, not crying, clearly trying to let people know he's straight. And I do think when he comes back out, granted, as long as it's not like too far from now, if he comes back in a year, he's good. I still think even within 2 years, he's good. I think Pooh Shiesty's one of them solid ass niggas. A nigga who just, we haven't heard anything. The only person who can fuck him up right now is 1090 Jake. If 1090 Jake come out with some shit saying he told nigga it's gonna be hell. Cause right now, Pooh Shiesty seem like one of the real niggas right now. You feel me? So unless 1090 Jake pull out a video where they're saying some crazy shit, I don't know, man. People are excited about him coming back. And honestly, like I like his accent and like his flow, I really like it, man. So hopefully he could be making some new music soon. All right, let me see what else is going on up in this bitch. All right, we talked about that. We could probably go over the Tink thing really quickly. I'll go to Shade Room. They probably have it better than me. So apparently Tink and Hitmaka. Yeah, so Tink and Hitmaka been dating. I had no idea, but Tink and Hitmaka apparently been in a romantic relationship. I thought they were only working together, but apparently they've been in a relationship. Tink randomly puts up a video, which this sounds kind of mad random. She puts up a video talking about she had an altercation with Hitmaka. This is how it went.
And y'all, I need y'all to back me because really sits and does her job. I sit and eat my food around it. I don't bother. So if I ever have to say something, it's valid and it means something. You know what I mean? So just understand, Hitmaka, you foul. And if you think to put the video out of me in the car, you know, just understand I'm gonna have to let the clip go, and everybody's gonna get exposed. Cause I know how you've been playing. The label know how you've been playing, and I've been holding down, riding for you, and for you, leave me be, please. I've been riding for you and holding down. So if you were to even stand with you, and I've been holding a lot of things in, so we can play that game, and I know everybody understands my heart is pure. I just shouted the man out this morning, so this is absurd. I just gave him his props. Thank you for accepting me. And then I see you in the club, and you understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? And y'all told me about that man. But let me just say, sometimes time reveals. You know what I'm saying? And I'm human, and I'm gonna make mistakes. And this probably was close to the biggest. You know, I've been through this before, and I'm not gonna be silent this time. People are playing in my pockets and playing in my face, and I'm not having it. And if I gotta get physical, that's what I gotta do. You understand? Like, I'm from Chicago at the end of the day, and I can't be anyone but myself. And I had a moment in that car where I had to get physical, and that's what it is. Don't play with me, and please, you know what I'm saying? Please don't get on this internet playing, because I have to defend myself. And Christian, when you see this, just understand you're foul. That's all I need you to know. And you tweaking with a real one. You know what I'm saying? That goes through the trenches with you. Everybody told me to let that go, and everybody told me be careful working with him, and I never seen it until now. And honestly, this has been going on since May. So y'all, this ain't nothing new. I just have to express it because it may drop, it may leave. And that's it. New music is on the way.
Okay. Now she said a lot, but still said a little. But basically what I got from it is that she's trying to jump the gun and beat Hitmaka to him possibly releasing a video. So she's threatening to expose him. However, there's no signs of proof that Hitmaka took it to the internet. I don't know why women love using this internet shit, talking about exposing people, but whatever.
I'm gonna still stand on being a real not gonna put no
Hitmaka responded.
Footage out of her. I want to go live. Tory Lane should have gone live. People ain't even like that important to you. I don't even know what that girl's talking about. I'm in a whole restaurant. It's my birthday. And I don't know if she in Cancun. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Not around her, not talking to her. I ain't talked to her in probably 10 months. I ain't even gonna get into details, so I'm just gonna call my lawyer. Cause I was violated. Damn, put hands on me. I got video, put hands on me. It's sad, bro. We don't want with a not even trying to talk down, but you know, got mad love. It was a bad move. I'm gonna still stand on being made by her. And
Is this video considered a testimony, bro?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm like one of them. I guess I'm a. You do something wrong to me, you want to pay. It's my birthday.
Yo, Shade Room comments is so crazy. Look, when men talk slow like this on live, they're lying. There's no time women ever think men ain't lying.
Birthday, right? Today is my birthday. I ain't do nothing to that person. Ate a whole full meal. Didn't even know that person was in the room. Or in a restaurant at all. Never knew. This ain't the first time. So let's be clear. It's not the first time. We'll see what the other girl is too. I ain't really know. Telling no situation about no first time she done went and did put hands on something.
Okay, I'm trying to decode this a little bit. This nigga he is talking slow. I ain't gonna lie. So apparently, right? And I'm gonna kind of just break it down what I kind of could tell already. Them two is in some type of relationship or was. Tink is stalking a nigga, clearly. If the niggas in, like, they make up all type of bullshit to it. If the niggas in Cancun and y'all don't talk, how the fuck do you show up to the same restaurant at the same time as him? Like, no type of lottery could you win that motherfucking chance. You're stalking him. It's his birthday. Y'all probably fell out. You probably was trying to surprise him. He's probably there with some bitches. Somehow, like, y'all end up talking later. Whatever happens, you don't like it, you start punching on him. He probably took his phone out like most men do when women attack like rabid animals. And he probably, like, while cussing with her, say, yo, I'm about to put the video out. She runs online because a woman running online first always makes her the victim. And Shade Room was eating her up. Shade Room was like, yo, like, if you see the comments on this, the comments on this first one, where Tink was talking, somebody said, if Tink getting on the internet and speaking on it, on some BS, is deep, and I believe her, because she never on some drama shit. You don't know these people's regular lives. How you know she not on some drama shit? Maybe she's always on drama shit. You just never ever seen it because it never came online before, right? Somebody else is shaking into their voice. Ooh, I don't like that. He got my girl fucked up because you really don't hear nothing about her from her. So already they're picking sides and they're saying she's right. But clearly we now get to find out after hearing what she's saying, that she got physical, and he's saying he got hands put on him. She beat his ass, right? Okay, let's continue. I'm trying to like make this make sense.
Y'all gotta stop painting no narrative, stop doing that or whatever on the internet. Ultimately, I never, me and Tink, like, that's me and Trinity, like, to be honest with you, I love Trinity. We love each other. We're going through a breakup. You guys are allowing this girl to go say something like she never did nothing to her or any of that whole situation. So let's be clear. I'm in Cancun. I didn't talk to her. Nothing. She posted whatever, happy birthday. I said, thank you very much. Never told her where I was at. We just, the way God worked, coincidentally, we happen to be in the same place. Like, so we're at the same restaurant.
Y'all line. Either you invited the woman, or either you invited the woman and she was there, or she's stalking you. It's either one. Like, I hate when people start doing this vague shit. Youngberg, you my guy, but still cut the lies out, all right? You either invited this woman to show up. You clearly was with other women too, right? You either invited your ex to show up, or your ex is stalking you and she showed up. But she wasn't randomly on vacation in the same country, same area, and at the same restaurant at the same time as you. Make this make sense, brother.
I go sit down, I'm eating, she's sitting at the table next to me. That's what that is. So from there, we're eating. I didn't even notice she was in the spot until I guess a song played and she went and like stood up on the table at the. So I seen her. Out of respect, I got up, I ate my food, and I went to the club next door. So as I'm walking out of the place or whatever, I'm getting in my car and they're like, Youngberg. Now, mind you, she playing on me because y'all know I'm on my Hitmaka, right? So her and her friends are saying like, yo, Youngberg, because I'm with a bunch of girls or whatever. And we're not dating, we're not in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like, we
Okay, so now it's making a little bit more sense. Tink starts to troll Youngberg because he's with other bitches. But they start trolling him. His new name that he goes by is the equivalent of running up on G Herbo and saying, Lil Herb. Like, that's his old name. Youngberg is his old name. She's trying to antagonize him.
We healing, we moving forward now. Ultimately, we have a business relationship, you know, so we work, we have a bunch of songs, we're working on an album right now. So I'm walking out.
This also don't make sense. Y'all haven't talked in 10 months. God made y'all land at the same restaurant, same time, same place, different country. What? And so y'all haven't talked in 10 months. Y'all at the same restaurant. And also y'all working on the album while not talking? Nigga, come on, bro. Nigga.
Out and they're like, Youngberg. And I went and proceeded and get in my car. I got in my car, and long story short, she opened the car and put her hands on me. Now, I respect that, you know what I'm saying? From a woman that's upset or whatever, you see your ex-man out, or you see a man out that you really care about, and you went about that. Now, ultimately, look, this is why I'm just saying that I don't like how y'all trying to like change the narrative. Like, she went and said some shit and said it was a physical altercation because she know I got the footage of her putting her hands on me and doing whatever that happened last night. So at the end of the day, like, my whole thing is to be like, look, in reality, this ain't happened. She didn't, nothing happened between her. She lost her cool in the situation, and we still mad cool. Y'all gotta stop painting no narrative, stop doing that or whatever on the internet. Ultimately, I never, me and Tink, like, that's me and Trinity, like, to be.
Okay, so basically he's saying he has to come online to make sure that through her confusing statement, nobody thinks he beat her up. Okay, that makes sense. As a guy, you got to really, they're going to assume blah, blah. And I guess this is a picture of the incident. So he didn't put the video out, he put the picture out. And then I guess she came online to then clear it up.
So back to Berg, Hitmaka. We've been dating for a long time. Very long time. I've been silent about a lot of the things that I go through behind the scenes. I've been silent about our relationship. I've been silent about us fucking. I've been silent about the deals, the money, literally almost everything you can imagine, like should be. In this situation, it's a buildup of things. It's number one, him asking me for money. Number one, him asking me for $2 million. Number two, him being upset that I want to create from my own source. A man that doesn't want to see you work on your own.
Wait, what the fuck?
So back to Berg.
Why is he asking for $2 million?
Hitmaka. We've been dating for a long time. Very long time. I've been silent about a lot of the things that I go through behind the scenes. I've been silent about our relationship. I've been silent about us fucking. I've been silent about the deals, the money, literally almost everything you can imagine, like should be. In this situation, it's a buildup of things. It's number one, him asking me for money. Number one, him asking me for $2 million. Number two, him being upset that I want to create from my own source. A man that doesn't want to see you work on your own, make money on your own, survive on your own. That's not love. You understand? So last night I was enraged. You feel me? I'm a very peaceful person, but I've been taking a lot. And the fact that I don't speak up is the reason why it seems, you know what I'm saying? So back to Berg, Hitmaka. We've been dating for a long time. Very long time.
Okay. All right. So she's basically saying he had put his hands on her. Classic toxic relationship shit. Unfortunately, when it comes to these situations, we men have the most to lose. And even in this situation where Tink is an artist, when any of these situations become public, the majority of people believe the woman. Why? Because, they excuse women behavior because of whatever. Yeah, she put her hands on him. You know what a woman's gonna say? Well, he probably was cheating. That niggas ain't shit. So it's a can't win situation for Berg, and I understand why he has to go in there with it. This is also further proof. It's very hard to mix relationship and work. That's where the problem is. Hitmaka was supposed to be working with Tink to help her produce her next album. They start fucking during the process. Now the fucking starts, and you could imagine, like, let's just be clear. I don't care what he done told her. Young Berg wasn't gonna settle down with Tink. So he fucks on her for a little bit, but then he's trying to move on. she's still emotionally connected to him. It seems like he don't want nothing to do with her. But they have some business dealings. Now, whatever about that $2 million, it's like I'm reading between the lines right here. Berg is finessing that label. So whatever that label is, Berg is finessing them. And I think he's having the label pay out certain shit to her or trying to extract certain money that he needs her to do. Remember, he's a producer. She's the artist. The label is the bank. He's trying to finesse some money, and he's probably asking her to help do this. That's why she also said early on, I know you've been doing bad, and the label, yeah. So that's what I believe. So she ran online to say, nigga, I could expose you for that, but she alluded to the possibility of her getting her ass beat. That's why he's online. But again, it comes back down to working relationships and personal relationships just shouldn't mix. Because now, as she's still working with him, they probably went through a breakup period where she didn't talk to him. That probably stopped the work, right? So they're not making music, or they're not in close, intimate spaces like working on or collaborating anymore. And then she's seen him with other women. Jealousy, all that type of shit. And probably a little bit on his part, disregard. Okay? He didn't pay $5 to get ignored. Somebody said giving up the pussy for a Youngberg beat is crazy. I mean, shit. Mob 1914, thank you for that. Shit. I don't even, does he make the beats, or is he one of the producers that get beats from producers? Like, I think he's a great executive producer in terms of sequencing and like structuring and, hey, put this, now cut this verse here and put this here and, oh, the hook should be this. Like, I thought he was that guy. I didn't think he was like Metro Boomin. Okay. I think I gotta go. I'm supposed to be on the community. I think I gotta go. There was something else I wanted to probably bring up very briefly, but I think I will probably just bring it up on tomorrow's stream. All right, chat. I love y'all. Thank you for all the support. Today is a day for us, a day to celebrate, a day that we'll look back at.
Yes, sir.
And remember when it was, hey, remember when it seemed impossible, and remember when we finally did it. And then it's gonna be, we remember the first time. All right. So
a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I want to.
Hey, yo, ain't nobody bigger than the chat, bro. Hey,
I want to say
hey,
thanks.
hold
on. I want to say thanks to everybody in here, and really just I want to give you guys, the viewers, the credit for everything that's happening. It's surreal, but it's never ever possible without you guys, and I appreciate the support so much. Again, last night was more about our movement, making sure, people know we're making a stamp and we exist. I remember going all the way back to when, everybody was getting their emojis or whatever, and we sat literally on stream and we said what emoji we should pick. We went with the scorpion. It's been something that represented us. We've yearned to, we've made this great community. It's been building. It's been amazing. Other people have gotten opportunities from here, and this is a moment for us all right? Yeah, thank you to everybody in the Discord. Yo, I'll give y'all the last word, but I'm getting out of here. While I entered, I did hear your voice. What up, man?
Man, it's going, man. I'm still on the road, man. I'm going through Virginia, but we're doing it.
Definitely. Yeah.
I appreciate that shit, bro. Like, for real, my nigga, like, for coming through with that shit, what you did last night, bro, all of that shit, I from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate that shit. Like, to watching you from 2016, listening to you in the car with my fucking moms, nigga, laughing with my moms, laughing with you and shit, nigga, real shit. I really appreciate that shit, bro. Thank you for doing that, and then making it free just because of that shit that happened. Most niggas wouldn't even do that. Most niggas still make niggas pay. I really appreciate that shit, bro. You looked out for niggas in financial situations, all that shit. You should.
Yeah, I appreciate all y'all, man. Y'all have changed my life. Y'all have changed my family's life. This is the least I could do. I'm just excited to see, other people in other cities. I can't wait for that. So, chat, let me go get on 80's show. You'll catch me on there. Who knows what we'll talk about. And yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I'll give you a longer stream. So today was about 3 hours. I'll do 5 hours tomorrow. All right. Chat.
Hey,
Ain't
shout
nothing
out to
bigger than the
AD,
chat,
man.
man.
Shout out to AD, man. Like, oh, hey,
Last
tell
thing,
AD,